What are you doing, guys? Call a timeout!
And battle in the most intense game. I love that. There's no risk. And when the pressure's on, it's not just a game. It's about maximizing performance, pushing, seizing victory. Then victory hangs in the balance. I know what I'm lying. It's a goal line. It's a goal line. It's a goal line. And it's the choice of champions.
I just lost my job. What's it like? Thought your free Advils didn't help you? Preventative?
Conquered another game.
Oh, they're coming out, guy.
A job well done.
There's one there. The board's there.
The board's where your place.
Guess we should take stuff out there.
Come as you are.
Shit, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Here. Hey.
Is there a yellow coach?
Pardon?
Yellow coach?
Or we should all do the guy. Yeah.
Are you guys red? Red.
Yes.
Red? Okay, cool.
You already knew that, didn't you?
I didn't know. Nope.
You just had a feeling. Oh, they're gonna be red.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Homan, de är fortfarande inte på plats. Ja, men så måste någon kanske veta att det är senare.
Det är alltid senare, men nu ska det ändå vara. Jag är också. Men nej, senare brukar det vara lite kvar.
All right.
Fy fan vad härligt det var där vi hör hemma. I slamfinalen.
Det är för att alla de här är så hemma.
De är så jävla taggade.
Live interview. Yes. You just never want to, like if I look, for example, would it bother you if I said, they haven't lost a game, 22 games?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Does that bother you?
Nothing bothers me.
Cool. I don't want to.
No, nothing bothers me. No.
And I'll talk to Rachel too.
Yeah.
No, I want to bring up the
Oh wow, that could bother her. Oh, that's a sore spot, but please do. She didn't talk to me for many years after. But that is a
Hey,
secret.
Fia, can I borrow you for 1 second? Okay.
Okay.
Frost flying.
Hur fan gör han?
Fickan. Eller handen. Ja. Och så handen i fickan. Handen i fickan.
Ja, exakt.
Men
Sikta, gör han något med ögat?
nej, han har inga grejer. Det är det som är kul. Så är det inte koreanska tjejer.
Ja. Vad heter det?
Hörde du Robbie, han ville bara prata med mig inför. Han bara, nej men jag ville bara inte säga någonting i en intervju som skulle kunna störa. Liksom, så här. Och jag bara, nej men ingenting du säger skulle kunna störa. I'm right where I wanna be, liksom. Men han bara, okej, för jag vill fråga, jag kommer vilja typ fråga så här, de här har inte förlorat en match på bla bla. Men jag skulle också vilja fråga Rachel om nu gör vi en final. Ja! Och jag bara, du, det kommer störa henne. Så please do.
Du sa det?
Ja, jag bara, alltså, between us. Jag bara, men det får du inte säga.
Nej men gud, han måste göra det. Du har tagit till
Coach.
Nej, det var det inte. Okej, det var det.
efter vi har gjort handshakes där.
Ja,
Spitting is acceptable after 7.
Vi frågade Jessica, ska du till Homan eller? Nej, de kommer väl.
träning var 26, så det var därför. Det lär väl någon gång.
WWE.
Då är det.
Då kände jag bara, då borde jag ha en kvart innan.
Haha, what? Skrev jag.
Christian.
No one's your nickname?
Ja, kul att man inte fått den infon.
Ja, precis.
Krille. I love you. You love it.
Jag var kanske 20.
Yes. I made some smoked salmon.
Jag bara kvart över har jag ju varit med om. Men 26. Det är ändå, Pierre hade ändå skrivit det något till mig där. Klockan 23.
No, I have surgery in February. This will be number 2. Sweets are in her. I think the sweets are going to all the guys. That's how I got to Kevin's nephew. See your nephew? Yeah, I got him the players too last Christmas. I don't think he took it off.
No.
Probably. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Anna, the only thing you need to remember is Robbie says good luck in good curling and you guys shake hands. You have to stay out there with
Yes,
me.
what did you? Yeah.
Other than that, we'll be curling like as soon as you guys basically are ready.
Perfect.
You won't be going to break or anything. Okay? So this is Hollywood, man.
This is Hollywood, I feel it. Yeah, exactly.
I remember your first final that you were in.
Yeah.
You wanted to do an interview with you. And you came up to me just to start. I'm not switching to English for the interview. Because like, I'm just thinking in Swedish. I got you.
And we won that fight. It was a long time ago.
You know, my dad is obsessed with Pippi right now.
Yeah. Can't believe you're Swedish. You're a Swedish kid. Did he? He has a Swedish wife.
When I get to
He has a Swedish wife.
I know, I know. But still, like,
Your kids look so Swedish.
did they make them out?
Jag får ringa bättre här. Nej, Pierre har kunnat mejla det klockan. Han mejlade om det andra. Ja.
Very long.
Like a gingerbread house, Swedish.
Nej, du var ju här.
Men det är också konstigt, för folk är ju här för att de vill att vi ska börja podden. Det står ju det överallt.
Smash-grej. Jo. Kolla vad jag har till dig om du behöver äta dina yoghurt.
Ja, fan vad bra. Snyggt.
Det ligger där. Det är precis en gullig kamera som siktar in till dig.
Ja, men den har varit här hela veckan. Ja, vi sätter den bakom vissa banor. It was amazing. Last summer we were, yeah. Because you don't want to go when they're too small. So, exactly. So, that was good, yeah. Yeah. So Mira was, we were this summer in Q4. Yeah, we were 20 minutes away. Yeah. But it was, and all the shows, yeah, it's so good. I'm so close to go there. Yeah, it's insane. But I don't think, yeah, 3 and 4 is probably the perfect age for, yeah. 2, like they will enjoy it. It's a park and they will have fun. But it's not like they will, I think they're 4-year-old maybe it's like bigger. Yeah. It wasn't like cheesy. No, it's amazing. No. I heard so much about it. Like I was there when I was. Yeah, me too, yeah. But now I'm looking forward to it.
Appreciate it.
Det var ingen som berättade för oss att det var 26 liksom. Fan vad jag önskar att jag var bajsnödig, alltså att jag hade någonting att göra.
Jag försökte när jag skrev att träningen var 13:20 eller 12:20.
Ja, det gjorde du.
Men då rättade du mig så jag bara, okej, det var väl 12:10 då.
Nej, men visste du att det var det?
Nej.
Nej. Det var bara, jag bara, fan vad sjukt det där. Det var bara... Ja, du kan äta 10 kanske. Gå fram och tillbaka va?
Alltså, du kan få toppa upp det här för att det är lite kallt.
Pretty sharps. Ska det heta en A då? Men även här publiken kan inte direkt veta det. Alltså, de lär inte ska sitta här. De vet inte det. Nej. Det vi jobbat ut i huset.
Det måste ju vara något med TV, typ att det är någon annan idrott som går över en kvart.
Exakt, och så har någon smsat till Homan. Ja.
Hasselborg hade det nedskrivet på papper.
Att man skulle börja förra 45.
Att träningen var 26.
Men skitsamma. Här är vi.
Down.
Vi hade fått göra mina
Jajamän.
Mr. Mice.
Alltså vad roliga med Q var igår. De typ garvade åt att Moet spelade så bra. Alltså typ tvillingarna bara kollade på Bobby och bara,
Ja,
come on!
såg du slaget?
Nej, jag missade ju slaget, men jag såg
Det var så jävla
reaktionen.
sjukt. Tänk dig, det ligger en corner här. Och så är det en sten lite halvt bakom eller någonting, jag vet inte hur öppen den var. Och sen så låg det ett gäng röda liksom på sidan. Och så låg det en gul längst bak och Moet i röd. Så säg att det låg 3 röda där, en gul bakom en corner och så låg det en gul bakom i de här röda.
Ja.
Då spelar Bobby ett inhopp på den. Bam! Röd, skit med gul. Och så och tvillingarna bara, men alltså vad fan, det kan vara det var så jävla kul. Man såg såhär, ding! Och så gled ut en gul. Det är så naken power.
The broom are a game changer. The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice,
I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have
you seen these shoes?
They are a game changer.
And the broom? But it's a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Nej, den hade inte mycket krage. Han såg ut som en 8-årig liten pojke.
That's the best.
I have to say this. You're sweet.
Yeah, it's always sweet, Homan.
Oh, you can't give up a steal here. Oh, perfect. Okay, nice shot. You know what's happening? The draw for the win for Ryan. It's a piece for the film. It's been really good. Trevor,
Vi fick några få applåder. Vi fick några.
Maybe Tracy.
Rachel probably knows.
Oh, no, you're a senorita.
Man kan inte fixa dem.
So we're song coach. We couldn't find someone else. So no mic.
No coach for today.
Yeah, do it.
You're going to be the first out, right? And so I'm trying to Okay. I'm really well this morning, so I'm a little safety with you guys. Come out of the tunnel.
Okay.
You're going to stop where there's that piece of tape for a count of 5, because we're going to squash you and everything.
Okay.
So we're going to pot it with this.
Okay.
And then once he gives you the thumbs up, you're going to come walk out here.
Okay.
Wearing crown and or H's and all that good stuff, right? Well, do yourself pretty well. Whatever it is you want to do.
This one here. I really like that one. Okay. Okay.
Looking that way.
Okay. And everyone goes after me. You feel like a really good girl. Okay. Perfect. Anna. Okay. So I just got it.
Good luck to curling. You guys turn, do your shake. Keeping both skippers here. Everybody else, you guys move back over to the curl. You're going to be curling pretty quick.
And fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense game. Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter, it's not just a game. It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory. When victory hangs in the balance, I know what I'm relying on. It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line. And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed and they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 Flash will win Apres Curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys.
They're
really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
Here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Ryland Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line. Doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Wear your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance.
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Wear your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance.
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer. The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed and they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys.
They're
They're really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Ryland Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they
Line's
like
good.
line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
it's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed and they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good one.
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
Here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Ryland Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they
Line's
like
good.
line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Game. A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm on.
it's a gold. It's a gold. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
comes to the game we love, I've been right here and it's all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every shoot.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp. Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Flashes and after a throw.
This is a good one. Oh boy, you can't give up a steal here. Okay, nice shot from Tate. Draw for the win for Ryden Tiger. Needs a piece of the forfeit. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here. They like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on these by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryden Tiger. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably.
Last drop. Yep. 8th in. From the tie to Isabel Verano.
Good afternoon from St. John's, Newfoundland. We're coming to you live for the ladies' final at the KIOTI National here at the Mary Brown Center, and the crowd is filling up in a big way. We had one of the best nights ever at the Grand Slam last night on the ice, followed by the Grand Slam of karaoke, which if you weren't here to see it, check out the Grand Slam of Curling's social media today, because a new rap star was born. Rachel Homan taking home the belt with the help of Colin Huffman and Chris Pies, who I'm pretty sure are professional singers. But it was super entertaining. Selena Gaffner with Mattia Giovanella, they did a duet that, I don't know, it felt like I was watching The Voice in the patch last night, but it felt more like The Voice finals. There's already a need for a Tier 2 Grand Slam of karaoke here at the Grand Slam of Curling. These curlers have a lot of talent. So anybody that's not fantastic singer is probably scared to go up there, although Johnny Moe closed it out, and he's a good karaokeer, but he was out of his league last night, unfortunately. But we've got Team Rachel Homan versus Team Hasselborg for the ladies' title today, and Team Hasselborg was not at the last slam with the busy schedule with young families. 3 of the 4 of them are juggling. They decided not to come to Nisku, and the rest has paid off. They've made a good run this week and find themselves in the final, but they are finding themselves up against the hottest team in curling. This year, Team Homan's only lost 2 games, although they've looked vulnerable for them the last couple of games. They've had a chance really to lose 3 games this week, but as great teams do, they found a way to win. So historically, these 2 teams, Rachel has played Anna 27 times, and Rachel is up 16-11. But it's been all Homan lately. It looks like 6 wins in a row dating back to May of 2023 at the Champions Cup. Pretty much other than one at the World Championship last year, they've all been at Grand Slams as well. So this is the first meeting between these 2 teams this week, and it should be a barn burner. So if you don't have the GSOC app, the Grand Slam of Curling app yet, head to the App Store. I don't know what it's called on an Android, because I don't know how to work an Android, but I'm sure you've got your own App Store over there. GSOC, Grand Slam of Curling. You can buy memorabilia, swag, from the Rock Shop. You can tune into all of the live streaming. We do stream every single game all week long. And starting today, we're even going to commentate the finals. It was a little bit undecided, but Home Team Live is bringing it to you, and I can tell you, they're professionals. I think they found out about 3 minutes ago we're on air and got me on air on time. So, pros at Home Team Live. The men's final goes this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Team Jacobs is tasked with taking down the Mowat train. Bruce looking for his 3rd Grand Slam victory in a row, which I'd like to say isn't normal, but last year Italy did it, and I think Mowat's done it before. So, but Team Jacobs is rolling. They, if you didn't see that game against Team Goucher in the quarterfinals, go back through the streams and watch it. It got wild in here, and Team Jacobs handled it extremely well, as did Team Goucher. The crowd was super friendly until they weren't. They started booing in the 7th and kind of kept the boo birds going, and there was a lot of emotion. Even the old Brett Gallant, they used to love him. They were booing him last night too, which I'm sure was a strange change of fate for him, but Team Jacobs made all their shots in the last end and made the open hit for the win, and they find themselves in their first Grand Slam final as a team, having lost the first 2 quarterfinals. But looking forward to that game. But for now, we're going to look, hopefully we can have a look at the 2 teams here, 2 of the best ladies teams in the world over the last, at least 10 years. Team Hasselborg, Olympic gold medalist in 2018, and Team Homan, the reigning world champions and current #1 team in the world. We're drawn for button to button here for Hammer. 1 draw each. If they both cover the pin, they will throw another one without sweeping, because both these teams are undefeated this week. If one of them was 4-0 and the other was 3-1 or 2-2, the team with the better record would get the hammer, but both coming in here on 6-game winning streaks this week. As I said, Team Homan's only lost 2 games this year. It's hard to imagine. I'm on my own in the booth today. I think they did a poll with all the fans, and they decided that they only wanted me. That's actually not true. John Cullen had previous engagements. He has left for the weekend. And Tyler George is in some Players' Council meeting, straightening out the powers that be and making sure that the players have a voice. So thanks to Tyler and his group for doing that. And a couple of our other guest commentators are also in that meeting. And everybody else, lots of people left on a 5 a.m. flight. That's when I'm headed tomorrow morning, which I'm not looking forward to that. But we got a lot of fun to have today before that happens. They're holding Rachel here, which is a challenge as a thrower. You don't really like to get iced out. But they want to put the draws on television, so... A great crowd here, as there has been all week. When Team Gusha was playing, it has been jam-packed, but it's, 70% full today, and we're just getting started. So here's Rachel's attempt to draw the button. It is not triangulation for the measurement here as it is at a World Championship, where they actually measure to the center of the rock to get you a number, whereas 0 is impossible. I don't think anybody's ever done it. Here, if you cover the pin and it can't be measured, that's as good as just covering it. Is the same as a turkey, which would be white all the way around. And they got to go on this. I think they might have lost it. Or not. See if Pierre can get the... Oh, he got the measuring device in there. So a cover will get the hammer for Team Hasselborg, and pretty much anything else, hammer will go to Team Homan. So Skip Anna Hasselborg. For Team Sweden over the last lot of years. Team Rana has been pushing them hard lately, and I think that's probably part of the motivation for Team Hasselborg. It's one thing to be motivated to get to the top of the mountain. They won their Olympic gold medal, and now they got to work their ass off to stay there. And this is no bueno. This is hammer for Team Homan. The crowd's going to love it. The crowd does love it. I have no idea why Pierre is measuring that. It will be hammer for Team Homan in the first end. See if we can find you some seasonal stats here for Team Hasselborg and what they've been up to all year. As I said, they are 6-0 this week. The Wi-Fi is sketchy, though, I gotta tell you. Making my job difficult. Getting the crowd fired up here. Team Hasselborg beat Team Einarson in the semifinals and beat Team Christina Black. Almost lost that game to the Tier 2 winners who made a great run here. Team Black down around 30-ish in the world rankings and came in against the world's best. And not only did they go 2-2 in the round robin and win a tiebreaker, they took Team Hasselborg to last rock. And I think if Christina puts her last guard was a little light and over-curled, but left Hasselborg a backline chase on one that was dead on the button. So if Christina and the team could put that guard in a slightly better spot, we might not even see Team Hasselborg here. You always got to play well to win. Not always, but usually you want to expect to play well to win, but you are going to need some breaks. When things are going your way, things tend to really go your way. And when things go the other way, which some teams are running that way, we don't have to name names and, kick them when you're down, but Team Homan, things are definitely running good. They caught some big breaks yesterday to even be here. Robbie Doherty, Grand Slam of Curling MC. Getting them fired up, and longtime on-ice crew chief, Sarge is what we call him, who is originally from Newfoundland. Giving Robbie the instructions for the Sportsnet broadcast. This is on Sportsnet today. Both finals will be on Sportsnet. But Sportsnet is tough to get around the world, so the Grand Slam of Curling, the curling group, one of their immediate changes to the Grand Slams was to stream every single game of the Grand Slam of Curling season. So starting every week, first game Tuesday morning, we've got all 4 sheets, and this week we even tried some commentary on 2 games at once. I guess in case you don't like who you're listening to, or if you want to flip back and forth, and we do have the full house coverage. When there are 4 games going on, you can watch all 4 games. If you've got a big enough TV, the sky's the limit. Oh, and I'm not alone anymore. We've got some help, some reinforcements. And this guy will have some insights for us as former coach of Team Homan. We're joined by none other than former Newfoundland resident, St. John's resident, Ryan Fry. Fry, how did the shopping go? Did you get yourself a kit? Oh, that looks nice.
Right, little Patagonia.
That's nice.
That's what happens when you've been on the road for 3 weeks. You got to just go buy yourself a kit every now and then. Feel like a new man.
I did have to buy some socks and underwear. I've been on the road about that long as well, Ryan. The curling life, eh? It's glamorous.
It is. It is. There's really nothing like it.
That part's true. Actually, there's lots like it. I bet you the golf mini tour life is exactly like it.
Yeah.
Sharing rooms, you know, eating out of brown paper bags.
Yeah.
Grinding for points and dollars.
Points are points.
Points are points, no matter how you get them. So, Ryan, who's going to win this game today? I know you're a little bit biased, but maybe not. I think Gravity, your sports marketing company, represents maybe both of these teams. So, are you allowed to say? What's your contract say with these ladies?
Yeah, I'm happy. Obviously, Rachel's, what she's doing and what this team is doing is changing the game. It's never been done before. I think their record is something like 105-9 over the last 2.5 seasons. So. They're going to be tough to beat, but for me, it's just really nice to see Anna and the ladies start stepping back into the limelight because, they're a phenomenal team. They've done everything in the game pretty much. They just, it's hard. It's hard deciding to step back and have families, and I would have no idea what that's like. So it's pretty inspirational.
Pretty easy, yeah.
For us,
kids don't change much.
For you, for sure. They probably didn't change much, but
Graham Carroll's life changed drastically.
Yeah. I think it's going to be. I'm just hoping really it's a good game. I want to see. We've seen a couple of the games here. It's been one more on misses than on makes, and it'd be nice to see a game that's really high execution. Some sort of shot for the win from some of them.
I think that's, if I had to guess, I think that's probably what we're in for. I already mentioned that Rachel's confidence went even higher last night as she became a rap star on top of her curling stardom.
That shocked me. I've been friends with Rachel, so have you, for quite a long time, and I didn't know she had that in her. She kind of brought the house down.
Well, I ran into you guys walking over, and she had her Homan Empire hoodie on with her hood up and sunglasses on. I'm like, what are you doing, Rachel? And she said, I'm about to go embarrass myself.
Win a semifinal at 10:30, go win the GSOC Grand Slam of Karaoke at 11. It's just an easy night in the life of Rachel Homan, it seems.
Right? Has to split the winnings with the band, though. I mean, there was 4 of them. I'm not even sure who the 4th was, the initial rapper, but he had some skills, too.
That's the coach of John Schuster,
yeah. It's our new coach, so I didn't recognize him. I didn't meet him this week, unfortunately, so... But Chris Plies, he's taken over for Claudio Pesce, maybe the world's most interesting man. He gets up there, and I've seen him play guitar and, sing heartbreaking songs, and then he gets up there and he's dancing and rapping and singing like a professional. It's
he's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, Langer. He's got so many layers to him. He was a Red Bull athlete, first curler to jump on and be a Red Bull athlete. But yeah, they brought the house down.
He's also, when he's 5th player at the Olympics, wasn't he voted like one of the sexiest American athletes? And that's got to be a tough nut to crack into.
Yeah, that's up there with Johnny Moe, legendary status.
Oh, we got a Godfather Part 2.
Maybe.
In the U.S.
Who, I came in a little late. Who won the draw to the button for Hammer?
Come on. Rachel, they misswept it, so it was about a centimeter away. And then Anna threw hers too far. It went back 8.
Okay.
Pierre measured it for some reason, I guess for his stat book. But it will be Team Homan with the hammer in the first end and the early advantage. This is the first time these two teams have played this year, Ryan. I was a little surprised, as I was surprised yesterday. The first best Brad and curling battle was yesterday, Gusher and Jacobs. So they're dodging each other, these heavyweights.
Yeah, we just, on my way back from my Patagonia shopping trip, I saw Cups, Brad Jacobs, and Brett Galat walking, they had an air of confidence to him this morning, which is weird because Brad Jacobs isn't usually that confident.
Yeah, confident fella. And I saw Brad Gush's interview after the game, which was great yesterday. You know, thanking the crowd. He can cry on demand. Like if everybody didn't love him already, he got a little emotional at the end just to make sure. But I can't even imagine what that feels like for those guys to get the support they get here. And you know, he said, Brad Jacobs and the guys, they handled it really well. The crowd, I think, was energetic, but they were more than fair. It's a sporting event, but the one thing that Gushu said was, I think they picked the wrong guy to boo. Yeah. And I think that's very accurate. You know, some guys it might rattle. Cups is just gonna love it.
Yeah, there's a few of the guys on tour that are stepping out in that heel role, and by no means would I say that Team Jacobs is a villain, but but they they represent that new style. I was a part of it with Jacobs. It's a little bit more of a brash way of going about things, but it's exciting. All right, here we go.
Sophia Mayberg's lead for Team Hasselborg, and looks like a center guard right away. Second chance to plug KIOTI, title sponsor at the KIOTI National. That's where the guards, you want them right on the maple leaf in KIOTI, right where Anna's holding her broom there, and on the center line. I haven't seen a corner guard in the first end. And I'm not talking ladies, I'm talking across the board, and everybody seems to go around in the first. It seems like more and more we're thinking even versus odd, even in the first end. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's definitely there's a couple teams. Our team goes to the corner almost every time, but it's like the theory behind it is when you go to the middle, it allows you to keep it's kind of a double negative, but it allows you to open up the end because you're going to end up running that guard back and spreading things out. But I think both these teams are ready to mix it up right from the start here, without a doubt.
A little miss there from Sarah, and Anna needs to freeze to that one. Lots of people might think, well, why doesn't Anna just go, to the button buried? But then Sarah would make a freeze on the next one and get you in a bit of trouble. You wouldn't be able to hit that back whenever, so you want to freeze right down to it, and then probably Rachel goes top four, and then you can freeze, and Rachel will probably run it back at that point. Rachel's thinking probably blank here most times, or if they get a miss or two, they'll take the 2 or 3.
Two in the first end is a huge accomplishment. When you get 2 in the first end, it kind of, there's a little bit of nerves with being in the final, and it just adds that extra layer that knowing that you're a couple points down, you got to play a perfect end in second to be able to, bring her even, because getting down with an 8-end game, it becomes daunting. I remember back, Leeds used to, when they threw it back 8 foot, they used to make the excuse for themselves saying that they trapped the other team.
Yeah, that's how you make a 3. The Donnie B3, that's what Kevin Martin used to call it. Oh, that's a Donnie B3. You go back 12, and then they go top 4, and you freeze on it, and it ends up in 3 quite often.
They kind of forget about it back there in the back 12 foot.
Yeah, that one can never count. It's only in the 12 foot.
Still open with air. You gotta go.
Under in the final, sometimes it does get a little straighter, a little faster. The building will be as cold as it has been all week because there's been nobody in here yet today. By the time the men's final rolls around, it should be a little bit more normal. This place will be rocking all day long.
That's a pretty good shot there from Sarah. It puts the pressure on, but you have to make this freeze now.
Nothing's frozen, which makes it harder to kind of blow everything up. When all the freezes are made really well, the run backs made lots of rocks move, but this is wide and heavy too. Starting to see a bit of a pattern here, Ryan.
Yeah.
So that's not very good. But Rachel doesn't love that yellow one back 4 dead behind the guard either. So bit of a sloppy start for both teams. No bad misses, but they are misses.
This will see if they're paying attention, because you're right, Langer. It is a little bit straighter, a little bit faster, and when you're trying to play one of these little chases and get a little inside roll, you have to hit your weights and you have to hit your line perfectly, and obviously sweep and call it correctly. But if it's a little bit straighter, it's easy to jam this. If she makes this shot, though, definitely advantage Team Homan for a 2 here.
Keep going, Tracy. You gotta get to know. Keep going.
Nobody has had to sweep anything for line or weight yet. It's all been carved.
Keep going.
This is going to get close to the nose, but
Hey, that's good.
that's not great. But I don't hate that Rachel moved that one back 4. I think that was going to be a problem lock for them.
Not seeing a blank.
Well, I was just going to say that, but every time I say that, Ryan, a blank ends up coming through.
Doesn't do much.
The second one.
But there is a big wall developing here, so we'll see if Agnes can make this hit and roll right to the top of the forefoot. I would say take a chance and either really get after it on the line or make sure you don't overthrow it. Looks like she's done that. I like this one.
Over-rolling here is definitely better than under-rolling, but that took off. No, that's pretty, a little bit fortunate there.
Definitely fortunate, and team wise 3, but neither Skip likes this situation, I can promise you that.
We'd be shot.
But you're going to at least make it a little risky, make that double, and
Yeah, do that.
You make the double, and unfortunately, the only bad part about it is you sit dead behind the guard back forefoot.
yeah, it looks like you'd be
half
mostly
open's pretty
varied,
good.
but I think it's worth a chance. It is back 8, and what else are you going to do? Draw a top 4 and let them chip it and create a better pocket? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think this is the only call. Make the double, sit there, and then balls in Anna's court to be able to put a rock in a position where those other yellow rocks aren't going to be able to come into play.
I might be able to spin up a little bit too, like to stay almost on top of the middle one.
No, curl. Whoa, hold the line, hold the line.
Sounds pretty good.
Emma doesn't miss too many out-turn heels down the line. Great shot by Emma there.
So you're saying her intern sucks?
I'm definitely.
She doesn't miss any interns down the line either.
No, she's just throwing an out-turn. Emma doesn't miss too many out.
So you can see it's still a decent situation for Anna, but it's very uncomfortable. Nothing in front of the tee line, tight center guard. This one needs to be locked on. Anything else, and Rachel will just peel the guard or even play the run back with Tracy's first. And if she ever made it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you can't. Anyone who's thinking, why doesn't she take on that double? Well, she can, but by the looks of it, that yellow could jam on the back when you don't quite get over to the other yellow. You're in a lot of trouble that way, too. So.
Even if she bumps this back, just needs to stay buried here, right on the nose of this yellow.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So if that was top 4, Rachel would have run it, but I don't think she. I don't know what she needs to do here.
What do you guys like?
All those yellows are kind of eliminated now. There's no real double. I guess she could peel and across the top double. That's ultra thin.
Okay.
Do you like this?
She's peeling the guard, I think.
Ligger vi 1-3? 1-2.
Yeah, I like the call. Defensive, but you know Anna's going to throw another guard, so you're hoping that the guard is in as quite a good position as this one is.
Yeah. Please.
I like Sarah's chances, though, after just throwing that perfect draw.
Yeah, the only thing well, not the only thing, one of the things she definitely wants to make sure she doesn't do against this Sarah is you can't slide into the rings and leave them like a nose double. And put it back, yeah, they agree.
Swedish has gotten quite good.
Oh, it's so good. When they point and tap, I know exactly where they want to rock. I'm going to get Coach Victor in the booth with me in Guelph for one of Nick or Anna's or Isabella's games.
That's great.
Strictly for his translating. I mean, the guy knows nothing about curling. One of the best technical coaches anywhere, and Olympic bronze medalist, former lead for Team Nicholas Sabine.
Now the national coach for Curling Canada. Curling Canada is getting good at recruiting.
Well, Curling Canada didn't recruit him. Jen Shell did.
Very true.
to over curl, but I think what Anna was saying also is if we over curl, like it's not like they can do a ton with that, but can Rachel get kind of low or even on the nose and
Do you guys want to
I
get
guess it won't
shot
be
or do you want
buried
to run
now. I
this?
think you got to make a move here.
First I was peel
Keep
again.
peeling, and on Anna's last one, she's going to throw in like top 8 or top 4 in front of it. I don't think there'll be a triple.
Could hit 7/8 low and get that.
Yeah, and then we just want to make sure we roll the shooter.
I'm not a huge fan of this. It's
trying to
very
hit it,
close
like,
to
straight
nosing
back?
it.
It's getting pretty
Yeah,
late in the
7/8
end
slow.
here, too.
I think there's
Yeah, I think you might have shot box like now.
Yeah, I think we just
Down,
straight
bump it
peel.
back.
That's already behind
Even
the
if you
two
nose
lines.
that and get rid of your 2 yellows and sit in front of those 2. That's it. It's
The
a
run
good
just
finish.
doesn't look good.
Like I don't mind drawing that if
Audible.
we're just straight peeling because
You still have comms with them, eh? They heard you?
We're leaning towards the peel.
I'm not sure where we're getting anywhere with this peel.
Straight peels can't be the call. Are you hoping to have to draw
Either
against
like
3?
the come around or the peel. I don't love the run because I think they're just going
Rachel
to think
now
a
has
better
a
one.
village
Yeah, we're going to leave a
of
guard.
people helping. This
Okay.
team
I can
is
draw one in there.
coming
if you
They have more
prefer.
coaches than they have players.
There, over
They got a different coach like
Yeah.
Matt Hamilton on the bench, Paul Webster.
and they're getting a little bit of everything.
Jones lady was on the bench a little bit.
Nej men exakt. Och så, alltså, så här, de kommer alltid ha den där in-offen.
Känns ju som en frysa här.
It's that idea that they just want to learn one little thing from everybody. They want all the perspectives, take what they like, and throw out the rest. And
It's really not a smarter way to go
Hard
about
line
that.
then. Whoa, no bounce.
Bouncing a hair.
Center line, need center line.
freeze here now. I think Rachel's saying no
Yep.
bounce.
Hard.
Bumping a hair.
Hard.
Yeah, that takes great shot, but that takes a little bit of the nervousness away from Team Hasselborg. Now they're kind of drawing to a spot without worrying about a huge hit. Now they're just trying to defend a deuce or potentially get a steal with a couple of hits.
Jag tänker snarare, är det inte bättre att tappa? Den här fyran försvinner
Really
ju.
changes the chances of a deuce, though. The chances of a deuce went way
Se till
up.
att komma tjapp.
Yeah, definitely. And so did the steal.
Even if she makes this really good, and then Rachel will follow her
Tjapp
down.
lite insida om locket såklart.
And then you guard, and then Rachel's playing a run back for 2.
Då kan det
So, yeah, you might want to stay
Ja, jag vet, men om vi
on the
vinklar upp det för
nose.
mycket med den här.
Cross it at all. Rachel might just rip it.
Yeah.
Stay shot, kind of open back 4. And
Frysen.
Yeah.
I think if I'm Rachel, I'm Team Homan here, I'm thinking, we just got to make sure we score one here. The end didn't go the way we wanted. But Team Hasselborg's 39-12 this year. Same number of wins as Homan. They just have 10 more losses. 39-12 is fantastic. We always used to say if you win more than 75% of your games, you're gonna be in a great spot. Team Black, 30-9. Maybe the craziest part about Rachel, Team Homan's record, though, is that they almost only play the biggest events. They're not beating any red carpet qualifiers in their games. They're beating all the top teams.
No, they're not point chasing. Points are chasing them. If you notice here, every single one of these shots, I think we're going on 13 shots here, have been all interns thrown away. So got to watch for that other side getting a little slower. If Rachel has to make a draw with the out turn. Looking pretty good, a little light maybe.
Yeah, I hate seeing them switch to carve on a draw before the hard line. That's a bit bonkers. This looks
Really good.
over curl though a little bit. I think Rachel will just hit that.
Yeah, Rachel will pick that and stick on the side one probably.
Yeah, maybe for...
Yeah, are you throwing peel?
Yeah, it could get a little...
I don't think she won't be second. That back red one's going pretty much nowhere. But the top one's gone. Touches that yellow. It's going to bump the back red back. The yellow should stay. I don't think she can lie too. I think the back 4 red one will jam in that pocket and stay better than her shooter. But Anna's going to have to make a really good freeze. And if she does the exact same thing on the freeze, she'll probably have a shot for 2, will Rachel? So
Just a little. Yeah, I don't think it'll go.
does Rachel ever miss intern runs down the center?
I don't mind a little bit
Intern
more.
hits?
Like we're already hitting way too much
of
there.
anything these days.
No.
Should curl up a
The
bit.
knock on her traditionally or historically
Easy
was always
peel.
the draw game, but I've seen her make a lot of draws and call a lot more draws than she used to. She's become the complete package for sure. So her first skip stone here in the first end.
Really hard. Really gotta go.
Looking at 1 on the button.
It's a full sweep from Sarah here.
Didn't throw this very hard.
Okay,
No,
that's fine.
that's
It wasn't super close, but that's I guess that's the tolerance, but I think if...
and now the shot here really to be, if you want to go after a steal, is to play that same shot and you tap it. A lot of teams here will throw the guard just to be safe, but if you really want to secure yourself a steal point, you come and freeze to the top of yours, tap it 3 inches, and Rachel pretty much has to throw the rock away.
She doesn't even get to shoot. You could, you definitely could play that. If you were feeling really fancy, you might be able to even tap it in lie 2, but if you've screwed up the angles, you'd want to jump off a bridge because you'll leave a nose for 2. And right now, I don't see a shot for 2, so good chance for a steal, as you said, Fry. The Oracle.
She's going to throw the guard here.
Want this fairly tight and pretty much guarding anything on the left side of the sheet. I don't think Rachel, I guess she could straight pick it with the outturn, but man, is that dangerous because all yellows could go. That could lead to a 3 steal if you hit that wrong.
And that brings me to my other comment. Rachel's going to be forced to throw that outturn draw that's been sitting there for 25 minutes.
Good news is there's no pressure because it's almost unmakeable. She could run this back, but again, if you hit it onto the wrong side, I think I can see all yellows move in. And did you bring a little George Street with you this morning in your throat there, Fred? That can't be, could it?
I was yelling at the Grand Slam at karaoke to talk to people yesterday.
It was a rock concert. This needs to stop. If you leave Rachel any piece, it has to be the centerline side. Yeah,
there's a shot.
Good, but
there's a shot there for 1 for sure.
Because I can pick my own
A hacker board weight chase. Get close, fairly close to the guard. And
it's amazing how a lot of these tight games come down to not being able to place a guard. You think it's a very, very easy shot just going up there, throwing a guard, no problem. But the precision that you need on the lines for your guards are so key, because she could have put that rock probably a half a stone to a quarter of a stone more to the left as you're looking down the sheet, and she really doesn't have a shot. Instead, you leave her this, and it's not easy, but
they've seen this shot
4 or
5 times.
I'd say Rachel makes this 7 or 8 times out of 10.
Yeah, more than half for sure. So last stone last stone first end. Rachel Homan with a tough, probably hack to board weight pick for 1. I think this Sarah's going to have to get involved, I would think. Right out of her hand they went, and I don't know if Rachel maybe brought a soft intern to the table today. That's
close. Sarah's on the board.
I don't think so.
No.
Now they're having a look, but I'm pretty sure it's red. They're not kicking it, though. Oh, now they are.
Usually it's not the opposition.
Tracy must have said 1 and just walked away like, I don't want to touch that. So that's a big steal and a big early break for Team Hasselborg in the first end. We'll be back after a quick break to give you the second end action.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
Welcome back to the Coyote National Women's Final. Interesting first end. Started a little sloppy, but some precise shots made late by Team Hasselborg and resulted in a steal. And Team Homan finds himself trailing. They won the draw of the button, which is always a good feeling. Well, they're having a line calling contest in the crowd here. Used to call this the Russ Howard contest. Most of these curlers might not know who that is anymore, though.
Oh, you're good. We got to be careful how much we date ourselves nowadays, because I know you and I, when we talk, we still feel like we're 20, 25, but when we open our mouths and start talking, sometimes it really dates us. So.
I don't feel like I am. I think like I am. I feel like I'm turning 46 next week.
As I'm up here stretching my sciatica.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, while you're back there, you mind getting my neck for me? Another good shot by Sophia.
And here's that corner guard, Langer. We got action.
Yeah, second end, it's almost not automatic, but the top teams, it's pretty automatic, especially because they have so much faith in their second stone. In this case, I mean, to make that run back and make some noise in the house and move things around. This is going to be fresh here, though, as you said, Fry. We'll jump in this right away. Rachel getting in there. This has got to go to get over the hog line.
Yeah. this is where finals get a little bit. So Langer, give me some insight when you're choosing what side to go on. What sort of factors come into choosing what side your corner guard goes in? Because I'm sure the fans out there will see, a skip choose a certain side over another. Is it just preference on turn?
Yeah, it can be that. It can be there might be more curl to one side. It can be playing against an opponent where you say, yeah, you know what, this team's in-turn stats say they're 10% worse than their out-turn, so let's make them chase. You need to call in an official. Did she bring out the pack of smokes? That's how we used to do it in the curling club and run it down the side. But yeah, it might be something you want to force the other team to. It might be the spot you know the best. It might be where you threw it in practice. Your lead might only have one turn. That's not actually true, but might prefer a turn. I think that's what goes into it. Maybe even as a skip, you think, if I'm going to run this in later, I like the out-turn run instead of the in-turn, so I'm going to throw the in-turn corner guard. And lots of little things go into the curling game that aren't even necessarily said out loud. And they would have talked about it between ends. Sarah would have known exactly what she was going to throw before they even called it. And clearly won't be happy with that one. So most Grand Slam of curling titles, women's all time. Rachel Homan 16, Jenny Jones 10, and Anna is third at 7.
Rachel's chasing down the most of all time, both men's and women's. I think the record is held by Kevin Martin at 18.
Depends how you count them. He counts his players' championships before they were Grand Slams, but he doesn't count the women's that were slams before they were Grand Slams.
Whoa. No bounce. Yeah.
I don't know, because it's better for him.
Whoa. Stop.
Not to take anything away from the old bear, not to be confused with the golden bear, who has 18 majors in golf. Very true. But even to win 7 Grand Slams, that's impressive.
Is that how many you've won?
7, yeah. Yeah, I won 7 before I won 8.
And then before you won 9. What did you finish up with? 15? 14? 16?
16, I think. So Rachel's about to dummy me today. I'm cheering against her. 15, what I would call real slams, and then a tour challenge, which is, there was always the 4 majors, and then there was a couple other ones, the Elite 8 we did for a while. Is it Elite 8?
Yeah, Champions Cup we did for a while.
Yeah, so there's been a few different ones. But the Masters, the Canadian Open, the National, and the Ultimate is the Players' Championship. For whatever reason, we won 1 million Masters over the years. I think I won 7 or 8 Masters.
I was great getting to finals, just not so good at winning them.
Yeah, when do we get to play Jacobs in the final? Was that what you were asking yourself?
Yeah.
I remember when Blake was playing with Kevin Cooey, Blake McDonald, and they were on a run of getting to finals and losing. Blake says, when do we get to play Cooey in the final? Good start here after the miscue. Yeah, this is a miscue when Emma's throwing him a miscue, but after the miss by Sarah Wilkes, 2 good come rounds. Team Hasselborg, a good freeze on Sarah's second, but didn't quite get the line, and now Agnes got the red one in a great spot there.
Hasselborg's come to play this morning, for sure. Well, I guess not this morning, this afternoon.
No bounce
That's this morning in most of Canada.
Okay, that's good.
And this rivalry goes way back. Like, Rachel and Anna are about the same age. Didn't they play at a World Juniors?
I believe so, yeah.
So they've had probably as good a rivalry as there's been in the women's game in terms of between international teams. Obviously, there's been a lot in Canada with Rachel and Team Jones and Rachel and Team Anderson. But internationally, I would say, Rachel and Tiranzoni is a good one. Started in the Fog Bowl.
Yeah, and you're going to start seeing more and more because it's, the parity in these teams the gap is closing at a fast pace now. Like, you look at some of these teams from Asia and the amount of work they're putting in and how good they're getting, just proficiently, technically, so good that it almost is harder for them to miss shots than make shots. But if she's able to put a freeze here, navigate this heavier side, which it looks like she's done.
Light, they jumped. Sarah McManus got on that right away, and it's not a bad spot, but it's not perfect. The angles are okay for Rachel on that side, but I think she's probably going to want to deal with those 2 center guards. Not super comfortable, but it comes into the red, so she might not be able to. Might have to do this first.
I was thinking fail here. Yeah. Do we ever
Actually,
run their
not
garden?
Not a great situation for Team Homan.
All we can do is nose it.
No one's winning this end yet, I would say. It's not super comfortable for everyone. If Rachel I think I would lean to be getting rid of those fronts and trying to get a corner guard
I
here.
don't mind trying to go right there.
Hard
Third
to,
shot.
like Rachel said, all we can do is
You don't like
nose
that?
it. Anything across the top's going to come straight back into that other red and kill your yellow, but that yellow is probably a dead duck anyway, so that's not probably that bad.
Probably need board to kill this, eh? Board?
The only other shot is to play this
At least
yellow,
get it out
maybe
of
with
the
hack
8 foot.
weight, scoot it across the top. Maybe it ticks that back red one and you save your shooter and kind of save 3 yellows. But then Team Hasselborg's coming around with that same out turn and really going to put some heat on this. So need a good shot here from Anna Miskew. Teammates with Rachel for 30 years yet? Started when they were like 4. Something crazy.
Little heavy. Curl then if you're heavy. Just a little
Curl.
heavy. Whoa. Curl. Trying to stick around him.
Sounds good. Emma likes it. Hey, very good shot. Very good.
Good shot.
Good hit here. The draw's easier. If you nose this, you're really not going to be very happy.
No, if you nose it, you're going to give her a shot back to lie 3.
I think it might actually clip the yellow on its own if you nose it. You need to be low. But it would, if you knew you were going to make the hit and roll, it's the best shot because you'd love to kill a yellow. You don't like leaving so many yellows around without the hammer, so. Sarah McManus needs a hack weight. Got to nail the speed here. This is that spot where we've seen a couple track if you're heavy, trying to carve it, and they really carve like high side. It's interesting to see how many different teams do things differently. This is going to hit the second yellow. This is no bueno.
It's got to get out of the back.
Oh, big trouble now. And that's how fast an end turns in curling. The yellow didn't go farther than the top red. Or did, sorry, I think.
I mean, it should jam here, but Rachel's going to end up lying. If she makes this shot, she's going to lie button,
Maybe getting in the
top
way of the
4 foot,
doubles better, but
buried
they also
behind
have to
stagger
freeze.
guards,
Yeah, I was
which
thinking
is
nose even, like
not
a little low,
comfortable,
but
and a kicker over on the side. Not a comfortable feeling. If
I like
you're
that call,
Team
Ray.
Hasselborg on an end that was looking
the
extremely
chase doesn't
good.
look
Like,
great.
one-
A little
one
low
shot
looks
can
like the
change
auto triple. Oh, okay.
end
Do you like nose
completely.
then?
I'd say this is Tracy's forte. These soft weight little hit and rolls is something she's starting to
I
sharpen
think
her
it's
teeth
either
on.
there or all the way under.
What do you like, Tracy?
Go right under there.
I like hair high.
Don't want to roll
Like
too
nose,
far
just
under and
off,
leave the
and then if it
freeze.
curls
That
in.
is
Yep.
Team Hasselborg's out.
If ever we
Anna's
chisel
on the
that,
side
it's
there, looking at
probably
that
better.
double off the
Okay, how much weight?
third shot yellow.
Like control or board?
Yeah, I just think this is so hard
Taking
that
a
you
lot of
probably end
time
up
here.
giving
This
them the
is-
triple.
what else are you
Okay,
gonna
you want to
play?
roll right behind
Roll
that,
to roll
even
too?
open.
Okay.
It's amazing how easy it is to call a game from the bench.
Super easy.
How much
Very
weight?
easy.
I
Yeah,
like
'cause you don't have to worry
normal.
about execution.
Okay.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Okay, you got it, Trace.
I
This
still
will run
make a
pretty
ton of
straight.
mistakes, though, Ryan. It's
Pretty
hilarious.
Okay.
Spent my whole life watching this game, trying to learn this game, and
Wait,
kind of learn every time you watch. It's pretty cool because you never see the same
Yep.
situation exactly twice.
Oh, little heavy. Needs to curl.
Nose would be
Looks
fine.
a little heavier than I would have.
Okay, okay.
Not bad. Nose is pretty good. I think she was worried about the overroll and leaving that freeze. So even at one point, it looked like she was talking about hitting it a hair high to stay there.
This is super comfortable because this double comes awfully close to jamming over on that back red one, which would leave them.
Might want to make the hit and roll under to lie second shot and say, okay, if we get one buried top 8, at least all those other
Yeah, this is a
yellows.
situation for me if I'm coaching Langer that I'm saying, how do we get out of this with only giving up 2 points?
Oh, for sure.
I'm not looking at stealing. I'm not looking at anything other than how do we make a shot that is going to lead to us only giving up 2 points and still being in the game. Because there is, it doesn't, might not look at it totally, but there is a 3 or 4 looming.
Or do you, every team's a little bit different. First of all, are coaches allowed to call timeouts from the bench?
In the Grand Slams, it's kind of an unwritten rule. I think they're kind of pushing the envelope with it.
So you just say, hey, Joel, call timeout, please?
Yeah.
And then you didn't call it, he calls it?
Yeah, like it's, I think that, I think that time is coming in our sport where we need to add that
like,
layer.
can you go like this?
Yeah, definitely. I've done it.
Just want to know because I'm tired of not being able to do it. The guys won't let me in.
No, I give you permission. You go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Playing the double here, I think, and if it's made, you're just going to leave a very short run back to lie 2, and then they'll leave you a double. So as long as this is made, this is a good call. This could go over and jam on the other side, though.
Yeah, this has to be close. You have to get something in a better spot.
Can't miss this thin. I don't like this call. I like to hit and roll on the top one. When Team Hasselborg was going, there was no better hitter than Sarah McManus, though. Close, really close.
That's a great shot by Sarah. It's the end's not safe yet, but that goes a long way to not putting up a crooked number on the board. And now it forces Tracy to make a very good shot, or they're back in trouble.
Yeah, if she ever hit this high or low. Hit and stay. Same shot she just threw.
Same weight. Wider. Curl.
The good news, exactly the shot she just threw. Once they hit it right on the nose.
Really got to
curl.
move it.
High side here is death.
Keep going. Keep going. Hard. You're close. Get it.
Oh, fancy. Lions 3.
You gotta love Tracy Fleury's demeanor. She's a beast. She just makes a shot, little smile, picks up her gripper, shuffles over to Rachel. Probably doesn't say a whole lot.
She definitely fits in well on this team. I mean,
vilken fart gör vi det på då?
if I'm their coach, I almost want them to lose some games, or at least have more of the games they've had recently. Because if you get rolling too much, and then all of a sudden in a game, you get to a final of a slam or something, and you get tested, which is inevitable, you're almost not used to it.
Well, and I think for Rachel's breathing air of her own here, so I don't even know necessarily. Now it starts looking at, when you have a team that's this dominant, you start looking at, this is Canada's opportunity to win a gold medal and reclaim that gold medal in Cortina in a year and a half from now. So that's where the pressure starts going. You want the testing before you get to those trials or get to those semifinals of the Olympics. Not that Rachel doesn't have a ton of experience in those games as well, but as a team.
Anna going for the double here. Could make the roll if she makes it kind of across the top. Might be able to roll buried actually for shot.
This looked like she turned this one, Langer. This isn't... It's a little fortunate. It's a little fortunate with that back double when she was playing the other double.
You got what you wanted as a coach, though. I'm going to give Anna the open hit on her last one. Rachel's only going to get 2 here.
Yeah.
So some great shot making. Wayne Medall used to say, throw it hard and get it close.
Is this
That's
your draw
what Anna
line?
did there. There's a couple ways to make that double. Make
like
a good
high
line
14.
call.
Throw it hard, get it close, and do it fast.
Yeah, that was Wayne's theory for sure.
Have we seen a 15 yet? Like, was Emma's a 15? No. I like a high 14. Yeah.
So don't want to slip behind the T line here.
Okay, you got it.
Because then Anna could follow you down and take away the deuce.
Doesn't look like a ton of ice.
Foot less?
Sure.
Edge of the 8-foot, curling 3.5 feet. It's, Rachel does kind of throw out a broom of her own here, though.
Might be throwing keep it there.
Saw a little light.
You have room.
Weight's close. Weight wide.
This time we have seen some draws missed.
Just
Wide and heavy.
Room.
This doesn't even really need to be fully buried. It just needs
Not
to
too
be
deep. Just top floor.
more than half buried, where it would be very dangerous to take
Line's
on the
really
slash
good.
double
Little
for top
heavy.
4.
Yeah, just make it uncomfortable for Anna, and this looks really good coming
Line's
in
good.
here.
It's got to sit.
Needs to stop. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot. Anna's going to be forced to go over and hit the sideline.
She could freeze and say, I don't know if we can make that tough in-turn draw, Rachel, but I think with how the end went, they're feeling pretty fortunate to give up 2.
Det är inte en svår hand.
Team Homan on a 22-game winning streak at the moment. It's pretty good. Their last loss would have been the final of the Grand Slam that they lost to Carrie Anderson in Charlottetown. Seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, I was really confident that they were going to take a hit when I left as coaching. It was quite humbling.
Yeah, it went the other way. We've talked about that.
Lost four games since.
Who is the other team that beat them this year? Do you know, Ryan?
Stephanie Constantini. That's
Slam?
Yeah, that's a couple of their losses. Stefania.
She's got Rachel's number. Is that what you're saying? More than most?
Yeah, when you beat them in a round robin game, that's not necessarily having your number.
No.
It's, If you're Anna here, you want to make a little bit of a roll inside. It doesn't look like she's done that. Just to, you know, close the rings down, make Rachel be a little more precise. Rachel has the same shot here. I don't ever see Rachel missing this. So draw for 2 and to take a 2-1 lead going into the third end.
Final stone, second end. Well played end by Team Homan, and a good kind of scramble and save by Team Hasselborg. Could have been much worse. After Tracy Fleury made a really good kind of control weight run back double. Crowd likes it. Sweepers like it.
This crowd is extremely good at clapping and stomping their feet at the same time.
It's a kitchen party all the time here, and that's going to be 2 big points for Team Homan. A good rebound after a steal in the first. 2-1 Team Homan will be back for third end. Team Hasselborg will have the hammer down a point.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Welcome back to the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland. Coyote National Grand Slam of Curling, the third leg in the series, and we've got the ladies final here, and it's off to an exciting start after 2 ends. Team Homan up 2-1. Team Hasselborg with their first chance with the hammer, stole one in the first, and now have the hammer back in the third. That took some time off of both clocks. That was an important end for both.
Too much for a guard, I thought.
Okay. 3.
Clean it then.
Curl.
No line.
Yeah, the Homan Empire. Homan Empire scores 2 in the second end. The pivotal end to score 2 points and take a lead. You always want to do your scoring in the even ends if possible.
Keep going. Go, go, go. Hard. Keep going. Keep going.
You're good.
Good spot.
There you go, Langers. That's where you said the perfect guard is?
That's perfect. Yeah, that's where I would want mine, right on that Maple Leaf and Coyote. And again in the odd ends, I think if this was even, there's a much better chance if this was the fourth that Anna would throw a corner guard, but that's all speculation. But that's what commentating is. Guesses, educated guesses, and storytelling.
Right in your wheelhouse, my man.
Lite längre ner i solen. Vill inte.
Ner där själv.
Nej.
Ja, precis.
Nej. Stanna där då. Jättebra spel, Fia.
Jag bara, ner där själv. Nej.
See a few wounded soldiers down there in the Jackpot City lounge, shuffling over to the bar.
There was lineups when I got to the game in the concourse. You
Easy line if you can.
could have a drink to watch the action here. I'm sure that St. John's economy has had a nice little bump this week. The restaurants have been full. Après Curl's been full. The arena obviously has been full. Hotels. It's a great thing for any community.
We had our boy Bolton Flash rallying the party last night. He pulled
He's professional, eh?
He's very good. He pulled a little old school. Who's coming with me? We're going streaking past the quad. He got everyone out there to go to George Street. It was we took over O'Reilly's last night, which was a pretty fun time. Jen made you go home, eh?
I'm working for a living now. Dude, I already told you I'm 46 next week. It's over. Catch you again. One's gonna wreck. That can't go off the center line. Doesn't look like it did, but
Okay.
small advantage Team Homan. That red one's gonna be coming back probably on the next one.
And I think this is what's made Rachel so dominant over the last little bit, is this team really takes advantage of any misses. So you start making mistakes and they just keep their foot on the gas here. So if you see Emma drop a freeze down or lock a freeze down onto this red rock, the advantage completely shifts to Team Homan here. And having the rocks in a position where a steal is very possible. But again, the side that we talked about gobbles up another rock.
3, 4. Yep.
It's like you know what you're talking about, and I've never really said that about you to anybody, but I'll say it today.
Thanks, Langer.
You've been around, eh, Ryan? You've played the game a little bit, but and you don't know who, which team is advantageous to. Neither. It depends who has to throw the most precise draw there against two at some point in this game. If they don't get it up to speed, that could be the turning point in the whole game.
When you saw Rachel have to do that yesterday against, what was that, quarterfinal match where she had to draw the side of the forefoot or full forefoot? That's a great shot.
Even squirted into the rings. Trick shots now. Great shot by Agnes, and that changes this end in a big way. Actually looks like a good chance at a deuce. Steel's kind of temporarily gone away. And Blank's still alive. Yeah, Rachel had to... Both of her games were super close. I don't know, that was yesterday, right? It's on the stream. It's archived. Go back and watch them. Trying the double here. Just over curls, and
all games available on YouTube.
It's a lot of pressure, right? That means like people can go back and critique us and say, no, you said this. No, I didn't. I got it actually on YouTube.
It turns out having being married to the marketing and social media manager for the Grand Slam of Curling, it takes a long time when you don't have good Wi-Fi to upload an entire game onto YouTube. Especially when you're doing 3 or 4 a day.
I've seen and felt Jess's frustration a little bit this week. So chance to hit and lie too. The second stone for Agnes here, and probably want to roll this right behind the other yellow, but not further than that because you would leave a double. Curling. The other thing is you could nose it and chisel your back one. Whoa. Not sure why they rolled that right to the spot where there was a double.
Yeah, very strange.
Well, there is a double on those. If that stopped, Rachel's not looking at it.
Like there's,
Maybe there's not. Sometimes harder to tell on TV. Things definitely look different on TV than they do in real life.
And in the rear view.
Done.
Why would you look back there?
Ooh,
sorry, what was the weight?
Deep here. We're getting deep here. The women's final here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Mary Brown Center.
Sunday morning deep thoughts with Fry and Langer. Trying to hit and roll probably back under the yellow or even right beside the red would be good. I think if Rachel was shooting, probably that double is there. Maybe Tracy can't throw it quite as hard. And this one's not going to stick around, and that's going to give him a chance to go around that corner guard. But the hit and roll behind the yellow would be a problem. So I think you're going to see her hit and roll on the yellow. I think that's a good call. If they can make this roll behind the corner guard, though.
And this is one of those instances where it's always better to roll too far. How many times have we've been throwing and you play this shot, you're a little tentative, you roll half behind the guard, and then they make that roll underneath, and then the end is then they have a rock in the forefoot behind 2 staggered rocks. It's an important shot, one that sometimes gets taken a little lightly, but you can roll this all the way over to the side of the 12-foot here.
Trying to hold it here.
Looks very close.
A little bit light. This is really good. As long as it's a piece buried. Ooh, that's so good. That little spin back is helpful because it would have been a hit and roll on shot rock, but now there might be, but you got to risk ticking the top, and that's a fantastic hit and roll from Sarah McManus, and we've got ourselves a shooting match.
Yeah, you really couldn't put that in a better place. This almost forces Rachel's hand to play a run back here, but the run back doesn't really look like you can make a triple here. So
well, it's just if we
kind
do
of try
this
to make
and
2
roll
of those
into here,
reds go
it's
away,
pretty
and
bad.
hopefully one sets up that you can make that Rachel can make a double
I'm
to
just
get
worried
out
if
of
we
this
do
end.
this and we plant it and
Great
guard
shot by
them, it's
Sarah.
no good either. Yeah.
I don't see the run back here being
If you don't like that.
super
I don't have a whole lot of air.
reliable. You could hit that middle one, try and nose it, and if they might hit and roll away, and then it's a deuce.
Which is fine, I think, right, Langer? Like, I agree with you. Like, I was just calling the run back because Rachel was calling the run back, and
I think lots of teams would play it because they're so close together. There's not a ton of places you can hit it where you don't get 2, other than jam it and roll it across the top to the side, and then it's going to be a 3. So
Rachel's playing the hardest shot out of the 3. She's chasing the top one.
Just picking it out too. I don't understand this one.
Roll under. Curl.
This is on the back one, I think. Don't want to feather tick the top one now.
Okay.
Maybe it was playing the hard, and if it ticks the top, we'll pick it. If it gets by, maybe we can roll under. So
Okay, that's fine.
now if you're home and you need a little mistake out of Sarah McManus, you need her to hit and roll like a rock or even an inch or two towards Anna's broom, and then you'll have the hit and roll under. For Team Hasselborg, if Sarah can make another hit and roll wide side here, this is a deuce all day long.
And these are hard shots. To me, I would always be looking at rolling inside. Like rolling outside when you're playing an out turn coming into the rock really makes a difficult line call, especially in ice that might be a little bit frosty. So to be able to roll this all the way over is important, because if you leave Rachel a roll, the likelihood that she's going to make that roll underneath and take away your end is very high.
Yeah, you gotta be aggressive with this, because if you rolled out, it wouldn't be worse. They're going audible here.
Yeah. Ice made that decision for them. They get away with it there. Slightly.
There is air. Rachel could throw the same shot with some speed and make that roll, or they're close enough now that Rachel can throw it hard enough. The tick double's possible
What did they
too.
just throw?
Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying there. I think lowering your weight a little bit and making sure you get nose or a little inside nose would have done the same thing you were trying to accomplish by rolling all the way outside and outside of the rings, and a much easier shot.
It'll come up half a rock. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Are you gonna throw it?
Rachel can make this roll underneath. Momentum kind of switches back because Anna's going to still be chasing that too and be probably playing that run back.
Okay. Little heavy. Whoa. Curl some heavy. Curl.
Didn't throw it overly hard, actually. I thought she might throw peel here. Just throwing like a normal. Getting close, though.
No, nose hit.
Can't nose it now.
No.
Do you get that, Trace? 9-4.
Needs to hit and roll away. Again, you can get aggressive, because if you roll right out, it's not like Rachel has a super easy shot. And if she makes it, you're going to get a blank, which isn't a bad. But you can't roll a rock, and you can't nose it. It needs to roll more than 2 rocks to not leave a double, and the more it rolls, the better. Make that roll back over behind the guard longer.
And another Langerism here when we used to curl together is show me that you're paying attention, Fry. Show me that you're paying attention here, Anna. You've seen a few shots come down this spot. There should be no reason why you can't get hit half a rock, roll out to the outside here and secure 2 points.
That's tight ice. She must be throwing this fairly hard. And that's a Richie Hardism. That's what he used to tell me. Don't miss the same shot same way twice. Throw me your paying attention.
That line.
This isn't very hard. This is probably going to overthrow. Oh, they like it. Yeah, nay is good news. That's well done.
Great shot. She was paying attention.
Well planned, thrown, swept, called. Just kind of a 10 out of 10 shot there. Not super difficult, but super important. And now Rachel's going to throw this hard, and she does have an out. If she can roll right behind that red one, top 12, the only way that Anna would have a deuce would be to take on the very difficult double run back, red, red, yellow. So this can roll right to the tee line.
Yeah, and with the weight Rachel's throwing, I was just going to say that, Langer, you can put this in a spot where if she makes this, it opens up a steal. It shows how one shot can change an end. Rachel Homan, out turn, peel, trying to hit about 3/4 of a rock.
Whoa. No, curl. Really got to roll it.
Doesn't sound like she loves it. Well, that wasn't far off. So now it rolled kind of back almost to the same spot, and the seesaw battle continues. Anna Hasselborg with an open hit and stay for 2 to regain that 1-point lead here in the third end.
This has really been a textbook end on how to generate 2 points.
Yeah, well skipped and just kind of making the little important shots. The hit and stays, but not just hit and stays, hit and rolls to good spots to not set up a double, not leave any rolls under. Got fortunate on Sarah McManus's where they're playing wide and it came up, but a heads-up call as well. So final shot of the third end. 7-time Grand Slam champion. Ah, you know what I'm saying. Anna Hasselborg, no trouble here. They like it. They just saw this spot. It's not going to take off, and they're going to hang 2 points on the board. And we've got exactly what you wanted, Ryan. A little shootout at the OK Corral, the Mary Brown Center. We're going to be back for the fourth end action right after this.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Welcome back to the fourth end action, Coyote National Grand Slam of Curling. I'm Brent Lang, joined by Olympic gold medalist. Does that still count even though it was that long ago? I guess so, eh? Once an Olympian, always an Olympian. I live by that, so I guess once an Olympic gold medalist, always. And where is your gold medal, Ryan? I know you don't have, nobody knows where you live, so they can't come and get it. Is it in your sock drawer?
No, it's currently at the hotel room because
nice.
we went to
George Street, eh?
yeah.
I like
trying to get in the side door at George Street.
That is a VIP pass almost anywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. It definitely was in 2014. But no, we did the Grand Slam of Curling partnered with the Canadian Cancer Society for some of their events this year, hopefully making it a more permanent thing. And there's a huge initiative called Daffodil Place in St. John's that houses patients that are going through their cancer research. So we did a little run for the cure, a little curling cures cancer, fights cancer. Ran up the hill to Signal Hill, and we went and met a bunch of people. So, a lot of the best thing about those medals now, and as you get a little older, is it puts smiles on other people's faces. People get to see, feel it and kind of feel what it's like, which is definitely the best part of it. So it was a pleasure to be able to let that thing put a smile on some people's faces as they're going through shitty times.
Yeah, I totally hear you, and I've seen that with Jen's. You have the same medal as my wife does, and
mine's probably a little more scratched up.
Probably. She is pretty careful with it, we'll say, and I don't blame her. And for me, I mean, obviously I'm biased, and so are you, but that's the coolest Olympic medal I've ever seen, was ones from Sochi.
Yeah, you were there watching, supporting. That was one of the coolest Olympics. I've seen a few of them, but it was a athlete's playground there.
Yeah, we call it. Jen and I still refer to it as kind of like, Disneyland for adults is what it kind of felt like for sports fans. Like, it was just wild. Everything was made specifically for that. You didn't have to. You walk out and you stand, and within 10-minute walk in any direction, you get all of the venues other than the mountain sports. It was just unbelievable.
Back when Canada was dominant.
Yeah, I was cheering for the Canadian ladies. I wasn't sold on that Canadian men's team.
After the first 3 games, I wasn't too sold either.
Hey, that's how you guys are built, though. Adversity fires you up, just like last night watching Brad. And if you were out there, it would have gotten. Probably, you might not have put up the pointer finger when Brad got him going. It might have been a different one. I was, thinking how just one little finger difference, how much of that would have changed the narrative.
I was watching Cups there. He's had a couple of those moments now. He seems to be a part of all of them, which is, he had the original come on in that 2013 trials semifinal against Kevin Martin, where he made a double run back, which was an unbelievable shot. And then, last night he definitely played to the crowd, but what a phenomenal job he did. It would have been easy to lose your cool when you're being booed by 6,500 people, but he embraced it, took it like a man, and just went about his business, and really picked apart Team Gucci that game.
Yeah, and the crowd gave him an ovation as he left the ice as well. It was kind of mutual respect, and not everybody loved it on social media, but not everybody loves anything on social media. But I think in general, the general consensus was it's awesome. This is a sport. This is competitive. The fans are here to have a good time, cheer for their team, and that's normal. So a little mistake here early from Team Homan. Sarah Wilkes on the straight come around. Rex on the guard was a little light, and Emma makes a good run back. So lots of yellow guards. Team Hasselborg lying one and shooting and not 100% sure what to do.
And yeah, to your point there, Langer, I don't think the fans really understand how much the players long for that. We want that. We want that excitement. We want the passion, whether it's, you know, for us or against us. There's nothing better than, you know, seeing emotion and being part of emotion. It'll fire you up one way or the other. So I hope this is just the start, and, you know, what Nick Sulsky and his team at the curling group are doing to try and elevate that is, you know, it's starting to pay off, and, you know, hopefully that keeps going.
Yeah, I agree with you on everything you said there. And we're heading in the right direction. It's a super exciting time to be a fan of the game, a player of the game, a stakeholder, you know, just around the game. So they did decide on the guard here. I think that's a good call. The only thing that's, and I've been in a few situations like that, you know, in Edmonton in the Brier in 13, it got raucous. And the only thing that's, I think we don't want to see happen is when specific individual fans are calling at a player in the hack by name. When you hear your name, if it's loud and it's just loud, you deal with that, just like applause or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But when somebody's saying, hey, Fry, you suck, like Cupsy turned around and pointed at somebody last night because the guy was yelling at him by name, hey, Jacobs, as he's in the hack in an important shot, don't choke, Brad, don't choke, Brad. So I don't know that we want that in our game, because it is, you know, in a hockey game it's different, everything's fast-paced, but you're sitting there thinking about your shot, and there's not a person alive that doesn't at least notice when somebody says your name.
Yeah, no, that's nice double peel there by Emma, and that really
almost lined it up.
Went to a pretty good spot. Yeah, no, I hear you, Langer. It's definitely a double-edged sword. What we're looking for, it's hard. You know, it's kind of like golf that way. We're trying to encourage. I think the waste management in Arizona really pushed the limits of, you know, what can be done on a golf course, and they've adapted. You know, the players are starting to get used to it. There's definitely cat calls when they're throwing. There's drinks being thrown. It's quite an environment, but yeah, it's at times in a curling arena it can get a little bit quiet. You can hear the smallest of noises. So I hear you on that point. It's just, how do we get from where we are now to where we want to be? It's going to take some growing pains, and, you know, we're going to have to adapt. Players are going to have to adapt, and because we want people having fun, and we don't want them feeling like they have to come in, spend their hard-earned money to come into an arena and not be able to, you know, show the emotion that they may have for their favorite teams.
Well said, Ryan, and they've done a great job of that this week. The kitchen party and all the other stuff going on, live music, and so I think she's looking at maybe that angle, but I don't think it's quite right. So another run back, and
you may be able to play the run back here, and can you push that yellow into the rings? If you can, it opens everything up.
You can for sure. It looks like about a half rock on the middle, and peel weight, and you're going to roll into that, and you might, if you stick it there with the right weight, that yellow one might even drag straight back and stay buried.
After Tracy's shot she made there in the second end.
We just saw it. You want a bit more?
Looks like she's got ice to run it back. I don't even know if Tracy knows what turn she's throwing or what she's doing. Okay, she is playing this.
It's minimum.
Tracy with the runner stance there in the hack.
She's the only one that does that. Starts, you know, in golf it would be the equivalent of starting your swing with, you know, no backswing, just starting at the top. It seems to work for her.
That would probably help my golf swing.
Hard to say.
There you go, Langer. Exactly.
Did that get in the rings?
It's close. Yes, it did. Great shot.
That is a good shot. Good read and good shot. He was great at chipping with an 8 or a 9 iron. Other than that, I'm not sure that your game is great is the word I'd use to describe it.
Oh, no,
it's entertaining, and it's 100% effort.
You know, it's the one thing when we've golfed together, I always tell you there's going to be 2 or 3 moments in this golf that is going to make you wonder how I can swing so poorly, but make some shots with such precision. So
it's never boring, Ryan, I'll tell you that. I think they have to run this short little run back. I don't think you can leave that. I don't think you can guard. I guess you could guard it. There's no real run backs for Homan.
You could chase the yellow too and try and roll into the rings, but that's opening up a hit and roll.
That's super hard.
It does.
I guess you see big half, but yeah, it's not a great result. They hit and roll behind the world then, so I think you might want to guard actually. Or you could run that, then at least the hit and roll, your red one's there. You might even spin in off the back of the other yellow. If you hit kind of half a rock hard.
Det enda som vi också gör med garden är att ge henne chans att komma in i
Cool to see
boxen.
Tracy's really developed. Tracy was known as a phenomenal drawer.
Gå inte och träffa den för tunt.
Higher weight,
Det vore ju nice att bara få bort där också.
and it's, people are starting to take notice. Well, you don't.
Det är lättjagat här.
Jag tror att det finns lite kvar. Men ganska normalt, som det har gjort
I've
sist.
seen the evolution of Tracy Fleury and her ability to,
Ser det där bra ut?
with the up weight, peel weight shots. She's as good as there is at the game. It might not be coming down as hard, but she is really good at hitting the rock in the right spot.
Well, if you want to become better at something, like if I want to become better at golf, I'm not going to hang out with you. If I wanted to become better at hitting in curling, I might hang out with Emma and Rachel and say, how are you so good at hitting over all these years? And what can I learn out of that I can take into my own game and become a better hitter? You become the 5 people you hang out with the most.
A collection of 5 people. Absolutely.
And if you're on any of these curling teams, there's nobody you hang out with more than them. So trying to get this half rock high, pretty good, because that red one is in a good spot to use when this hit and roll is made, which I fully expect it to be made. And if you roll too far, you're either going to have the run back or you're going to have the straight come around that tight red one. So
in a path that they know too, which is, a comfortable draw.
I expect Tracy to make this. I don't know if you want to over-roll it. I think it might be perfect just to roll this like 3/4 buried so that the run back doesn't stay, run back stick doesn't stay buried. And if you roll too far, which sounds like they're rolling too far.
Looks like it's going to stick though. Oof. Great call, right?
It did stick, you're right. You didn't say what color. Yeah. So unforced error there, and now a pretty good steal chance. I mean, it's not guarding the button, but a really good force chance. Even if you just keep this in front of the tee line, anything but behind the tee line here.
This is really a pulse check. When you're a front end or a third, this is a pulse check. When your skip can step in the hack and drop this top 4 foot fully buried, you're feeling pretty confident that you're going to be given a lot of shots to win this game. So Hannah has a big opportunity here. She can take advantage of it. She's going to force Rachel to probably play a run back or a really difficult freeze, and it definitely opens up that force point. And a steal in this end swings the advantage massively over to the Team Hasselborg side. So
this is a huge point. If your Team Homan and I are thinking, okay, I got to make sure I leave that 4 foot as much open as I can. And if she makes this, you might want to slash the red guard and maybe clip the back one and just open up both sides of the sheet. But if this goes behind the tee line, Rachel's going to sprint to the other end to play the freeze and try and set up a deuce. And this needs to slow down.
Yeah, this
can't be heavy. Like, this is better right
well, now they need to be sweeping this. Well, unless it's through the roof.
Even if it is through, I might sweep it. Yeah. It's not okay on her, unfortunately. She won't be happy with that. And now for Rachel, a chance to make a perfect draw.
I think buried's good.
These are the little things in a curling game. One skip just, it's not a huge miss, but it's a 3-4 foot miss on weight, and that 3-4 foot miss allows Rachel a shot that if she makes, they can get it 2 points, and same as you were saying, or we were saying, 2 points in the 4th end to go 1 up puts a massive advantage into the Team Homan camp.
You can see the concern on Sarah and Anna's face there. Rachel Homan, first skip stone, 4th end, trailing by a single point, but a chance for the old skipper's deuce. This is why they get paid the big bucks, even though it'll be the sweepers that make the shot, right?
And they should have a perfect time off of what they just threw there, so I don't see any reason if you're Anna and Sarah. I think you're trying to figure out, if I would be them, I'd be talking about what we need to hit at this run back to not jam it.
I don't think line's a problem. It's a speed shot here.
Hard, guys,
This
go!
looks perfect.
Hard, Sarah, go! Hard, keep going!
Pretty good.
Absolutely perfect. So you're forced to play the run back here, I think.
Yeah,
Good shot.
there is a draw. If you draw around that one, the hit would often jam on the red one, but this is probably easier than that.
Lite här. Alltså lite där då.
Making contact's key, but now it's not just making contact. You got to navigate a couple stones in the rings there. Not to jam on it.
It has to be very precise.
Lite över Kalle. Ja.
Vilken fart blir det?
Ja.
Looks like she has to hit this just a hair on the overcurl side, the low side. Nose is very close. Big shot here, though. This would firmly finish a really good first four for Team Hasselborg. It would guarantee they're going to be no worse than tied at heading to the break with the hammer when they started without it. But a miss here would be a big swing of momentum in the other direction. So there was a good look at it. You can just straight on the nose. Final stone for Team Hasselborg. Anna bringing the heat.
Whoa!
Whoa is not good.
Hey, fuck.
Can't make these with whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of misread out of her hand. That's a you don't like to see it if you're cheering for Team Hasselborg, because it's two misses in a row that that end was very much in the favor of Team Hasselborg.
No, I think that would have been T.
A missed draw and then a missed run back, and it's a hit the forefoot for two and advantage Team Homan.
This is the same line as
Same line that Rachel threw for two in the second end.
Same weight range. Foot more is okay, eh? Yeah.
Final stone, fourth end, to take a 1-point lead into the break. Rachel Homan. We'll give this to Emma Miskew and Sarah Wilkes and I'm going to say 4,000 fans on hand. And they're going to march this one into the forefoot with any luck if you're a Team Homan fan. Line's not an issue.
This is perfect as it gets. Don't burn it.
Don't fall on it. Put those two big ones on the board for Team Homan. They'll take a 4-3 lead to the fourth end break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the second half of the ladies' final.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoyed the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates was really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, we've got to see travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, at all levels, everybody knows each other. It's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
Right now, at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see when they come here and they see their friends at the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
All right, Noah, the door's open for you. No pressure. It's only Sarah Wilkes throwing beside you and 500,000 people watching on TV. All right, Noah. Here we go. Whoa. You know, hacks are expensive, Noah. So he was trying to bank off the back and come back. I'll tell you what. We're going to split it. You're all going home with $333. So let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations from all of us at the Grand Slam of Curling.
We're back. Brent Lang and Ryan Fry bringing you the ladies' final action at the Coyote National live from the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland. And Ryan, I saw the sun today.
No, you didn't.
I did so. Blue sky and sun. First time since we've been here. I don't think...
It's too bad it's a Sunday, because this time of year, that's usually a holiday in Newfoundland. You get a nice day. It's time to go outside.
Shut her down? Yeah, it's not very nice anywhere in Canada this time of year, let's be honest.
So during the fourth end break there, we had a little activation of 3 locals drawing the button for $1,000. Really showed how difficult curling is.
It looked difficult. Nobody got it in play, so they split it 3 ways. They won the draw for the chance, had a good time, no injuries, and everybody leaves $333.33 richer.
Extra penny goes to charity.
They got that going for them.
At one point I thought it was really dying, but carried it.
A little miss there. Sophia won't be happy with that come around. I don't know that that's in the rings. I think it is. But in any event, it's not in a great spot for Team Hasselborg.
And Team Hasselborg really needs a bounce back end here. I think the 3 players in front of Anna probably felt like it was a pretty good end, and it was. Just slight miss, and then just it's easy to do, but it's just a little outside activation on an intern peel and rides a line, and you don't make contact, and Rachel draws for 2. So they really have to have a bounce back end.
Yeah, and the real mistake was on Anna's first. You really could have done anything but be heavy. If that was top 12, it was good.
Kind of weight do you want to throw?
I mean, she's just trying to make the shot. She's not trying to miss it, obviously, but...
And I know this is hard, but if I'm coaching this team, I think one of the things I would have said in the fourth end break here is be patient. Like, you don't have to push too much. There's blanks available here. Like, we're trying to get to the last end here with some way to win, some reasonable expectation of winning. So you don't want to throw everything at Rachel here and give her an opportunity to, make some good shots and put you in a situation where you're not going to be able to score, which right now it's looking that way. So if I'm Anna here, I'm kind of looking how I can generate some points without getting into too much trouble. She heard me.
She heard you.
Yeah.
Good coaching.
Right, hit this on the broom side. Here's the last shot here. Trying to roll under, but rolling a little bit to make the nose double kind of difficult. So looks like about 2/3, thick half or something. Get this across the top. Ragnes, the red one will come back. How many can she get?
Great shot.
Oh, roll buried.
Absolute great shot.
That is super good.
So for you fans at home, you're looking, Rachel's going to hit this on the nose and line 2, but there's not a whole lot of danger now for Anna. She's going to be able to play around with trying to get a rock in a, somewhat difficult position, but if all the shots play out here, if Rachel plays a good end, there is a force, but there's also a blank available, which is a win if you're Team Hasselborg.
Keep going, Trace. Stay.
Sounds like Rachel's a bit worried about this one, though.
This might not be making contact.
This is thin. Going to touch it.
Okay.
Roll out, and now Anna will more than likely play for the blank. I mean, she could go around that corner, but that's a really wide corner, and it's probably just going to nose. We need some stories, Ryan. This end has gone to the birds.
And the theory behind wanting to get a blank in the 5th end is when you go to the 6th end with hammer, you have in theory 2 hammers to Rachel's 1. You're down 1 point, so you have to outscore Rachel by a couple points to win the game. Story time, eh, Langer?
Pretty good effort there. Yeah, you were a bartender on George Street, weren't you, Fry? Where'd you work?
Yeah, I worked when I was curling out of Manitoba. I was playing with Jeff Stoughton, and I looked at Jeff and I thought that, you know, his career had come to an end. I didn't know he was going to win
another Brier.
another Brier after that. But yeah, moved to St. John's. Moved in with Jamie Korab. Quite an experience. He hooked me up with a job on George Street. Ended up bartending and managing at the Martini Bar for a couple of years.
Oh, very classy.
Yeah, nothing says class like George Street Martini Bar. But no, it was a great time here in Newfoundland. It's there's not many places like it in Canada, and if you ever get a chance to jump on a plane and check out this Newfoundland hospitality, it's recommended for anyone to come out and try it.
It is a very unique place for a number of reasons, and the people are really what make it. It's also beautiful here, and there's lots of places to go and see. But how many Briers did you play in with out of Newfoundland Labrador with Brad?
I think I played four Briers with four Briers. I think we lost the semis a couple times, lost the quarters a couple times, probably to you along the line.
You can't get to us in a 3-4 game, bud. You got to get to the 1-2.
Yeah, it's very true. And then we played in Saskatoon, picked up the All-Star Award, and got my pink slip. Got my pink slip, and
don't show me up like that. You're gone.
Yeah, went back to Newfoundland. Had to liquidate my property, and gave a young Brad Jacobs a call.
Who at the time? Who was Brad Jacobs?
Yeah, he was a lot like the same way he is now, just a little bit younger, a little bit crazier. That's hard to do. No, yeah, gave him a call, and the rest is history on that team.
And I think the first time we saw Brad might have been the 07 Brier, where he was there with one of his uncles and was the 5th player, but came in and ended up skipping before long, and skipped and beat Kevin Martin. I think. I might have made that up.
No, that's a true story. That was my first Brier in Hamilton. You won that one, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. That was 07. And
another one you beat. See, I got to the semifinal there. You beat me in the semifinal. Ice went to shit. So that's what I...
Were you playing Stouty?
Yeah.
And Fingers?
Yeah.
Fowler?
Yeah, Fingers, Fowler, and Stevie Gould.
Oh, what a squad.
What a team. It's unbelievable that we were able to win.
Guys?
I think Stouty did everything he could to win.
Yeah, he was a hit and roll machine. I remember that game.
I was a little green. That was quite the Brier, though. That Hamilton Brier they put on in 2007 was one of the best. I've been to a lot of good ones. Obviously, the one here in St. John's was pretty phenomenal too. But for your first one to be in Hamilton in a sold-out arena, it was pretty cool.
They did do a good job, and the hometown team won, which obviously I liked, but the hometown crowd liked too. And so Rachel with a chance here, you may as well give this hit and roll a go. If you can make it's highly unlikely you're going to make it perfect, but now that I said that, she probably will roll just to a biter and make the blank as hard as possible. Even if you roll edge on edge with the corner guard, Ryan, then she has to at least roll all the way across the sheet.
It's going to be close.
Not quite. That was
good
a
try.
Good effort.
Really good try.
Didn't roll out. Oh, just rolled out of play. So that didn't have to curl much, but welcome to Blanksville.
Yeah, I think both teams are happy here. I don't think either are disappointed with it. It's a little bit of a time saver.
Both teams trying to find a way here to end up tied with the Hammer coming home is probably still on both their minds. And if you're Anna, probably for both of them, even one down with the Hammer would be acceptable. But it's going to be 4-3 after 5 ends. Team Homan with the lead, but Team Hasselborg with the Hammer as we come back for the ever-important 6th end action right after this.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
So I saw you guys, you've been sitting here all week, you haven't missed a draw yet, so you're going home with these gift
Welcome back, fans, and we're bringing you the Grand Slam of curling action here. Home Team Live is doing their thing, bringing it all around the world, not just across Canada, but ladies final Coyote National. Team Homan looking for their second Grand Slam title of the year, have played in all 3 Grand Slam finals. 1-1 in finals to this point, losing to Carrie Anderson in the final of the Grand Slam in Charlottetown, PEI, which was another fantastic event. Sold out arena pretty much all week, just a smaller arena, but you know, hats off to Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island for putting on a great show to kick off the Grand Slam season. Then we went to Nisku, Alberta, where Rachel again was in the final, this time hoisting the trophy in her backyard. Right, yeah. Now living out in Alberta, has been for quite some time. Has 3 kids now, I think. So amongst all this winning, she's juggling family life.
Yeah, we know who the real MVP is. It's her husband,
That's Sean, right?
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
100%.
He was a hero at the Olympics, too.
Yeah, just
that one viral photo can change a life, eh?
What a guy.
Carry 2 beers at one time, and they get it on camera, and it's at the Olympics, and all of a sudden you're a Canadian hero.
Seriously. Just because it's a little early in the morning in Sochi, that doesn't mean it's early in the morning. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's early in the morning in Canada.
I'm not from here.
haven't seen this.
So big end here. I think Rachel's calling the double centers. I like this call. Ryan, you like this?
Yeah, I love it. You got to push the envelope. This is an end that Anna has to make sure she scores, and Rachel knows that if she can generate a steal somehow, that this game goes highly into her favor to win. Yeah, between Rachel Homan and Bruce Mowat, they are breathing air of their own. I'm hearing rumblings that there might be a little bit of an exhibition game between these two somewhere down the line this year.
Between Homan and Mowat.
Yeah.
Ooh, Battle of the Sexes. It's happened over the years. It's going to be live betting, I'm sure. Where's it going to be? Like Vegas?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what
the Bellagio,
Nick Sulsky and the team at the curling group come up with here. I'm just reporting the news I hear, Langer. The word on the street.
Okay. I think you would make the news on the street.
Sometimes.
Through teams that Gravity Management potentially represents. So.
T-line, top button. Line's great.
So Emma has an opportunity here to draw around. The shot of Anna's team Hasselborg came up a little bit light there. You want that a little deeper. So this gives Emma the opportunity to draw around that. And if she can make this shot, it really starts closing up the ring. So Anna's going to be forced to make a decision here to probably freeze that. This shot looks extremely good by Emma.
Very nice. And now Anna has to decide, are we going to load it up? I think I might freeze first.
Yeah, I'm with you here, Langer. You have to make noise on this double peel, and I don't even know if she's calling it, unfortunately. I think she's just calling the single peel, which is, in my opinion, it's kind of wasting a little bit of a shot.
Because you're going to throw it back. I mean, I know you're hoping they make a mistake, but well, this looks close. She's sweeping it to peel it. She swept that hard to not get the double peel, I guess, thinking that Rachel would peel the corner. Interesting little cat and mouse here.
Yeah, I think a lot of, sometimes teams forget that there is only 8 rocks in an end. They waste a couple, and sometimes wasting a couple rocks doesn't work out too well for you. So you're going to see Emma try to throw another 2 guard, which is somewhere a couple feet above that Coyote logo. And then Anna's going to be on the decision. She's going to have to either decide to go back to the defense or move to the offense. And if she does decide to move to the offense, then it poses the question, why didn't you do that one shot earlier?
It's true. But, I mean, they have a plan. And I say this all the time. It's one of the things I love about curling is there's a whole bunch of different ways to call the game, play the game.
And there, Anna makes you look dumb again because there's the miss she was hoping for. So if you
room to get low
and roll into the rings, you can get rid of that yellow rock that's splitting the center line, tight guard there, and roll into the rings. That changes the entire complexion of the end.
Pretty hard to do though. It is. I think if you do, you're going to leave the yellow one in the rings too, so it's hard to outroll it. But this is good. I think if you had to make it, you could make the cross face on that tight yellow guard into the left side of the red and get shot rock, and roll your shooter behind the, over to the corner. But that's, a very small miss there would be disaster. So I think playing kind of a chip shot here, kind of the lead tip shot on the middle. Roll in the rings, open up that red one.
Seem to like it. On the carve now.
This might be heavy though. Needs to sit.
Very close. Very good try. And then you're right, Langer. That yellow one does stick in the ring, so that definitely takes away the blank.
Little higher.
For now, for sure. That angle raise has got to be on both Skip's minds. The one on the right hand of your screen as you're looking at it. That's
I'm not a huge fan of this call from Rachel, to be quite honest with you. I think you got to make a play on that red one. We're in a situation, you can't guard both here. So yeah.
3. Okay, well then, let it die. 2.5. 2. We need 2. Yeah, line. Hard line.
I take that back. I see that guard now that has just been hiding in plain sight that I seem to miss.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I like this call. I just decided to open my eyes, folks, and realize this is a great call.
I was thinking to myself, he doesn't see that high yellow one in the yellow logo.
Good.
It's not great. That's as easy as a double peel as you could hope for, really.
That made him move. Yeah. You're right, though. I thought she killed it. Yeah.
Good speed.
That's good, Tracy.
Not sure what Anna's looking at here. I think you got a double peel. I don't see anything else. I guess you could chase the red. In turn. They're going to talk about it, though.
Yeah, you're making a line in the sand here. You're either going to try to score your 1 point and hope a 2 just magically appears, or you're gonna put your foot on the gas and see what you can generate here. But it's the shot that you're calling is, it's a very, very difficult shot. It's you have to hit your weight perfect and hit your line perfect. I guess that's usually what you have to do for most of these shots.
Good shots, yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
The double peel I'm okay with. Rachel's probably going to hit the red one and roll towards the corner, and you're going to have to make a perfect hit and roll to set up a deuce. Do not want to give up a steal here, but you could freeze, really load it up. Could come down with just kind of back 8 foot and just try and lie 1 at least, Ryan. And even if you split that red one, at least you got second and third shot. And if you get to kind of 3/4 of it and bump, lie at least shot. Pretty good result. Double peel's fine though. That's the conservative. They're going to talk to the coach, and that's their second time out, is it not?
Yeah, you're correct, Langer. Look at you paying attention. My man.
What's going on here?
Yeah, my gut's telling me you got to clear up that front a little bit and make sure you score your point. Tied up after 6 is, one hammer each. You're in a position that if you play 2 good ends, you win this game. This is kind of, you're putting yourself in a position that you're either going to score 2 or give up a steal of 1. Giving up a steal of 1 against Rachel Homan, that's pretty much game. You don't want to call it game, but it's more times than not.
Den garden är hög
A lot more times.
Det är högt här. Sätt den nu så har vi jätteläge.
Love to tell you what he's saying.
Till och med om du ändå ner och täpar, för det kommer komma.
You got a plan. I think they're freezing. I don't mind this. It's gonna, if this is made, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on Team Homan. Like, what do you do next, Ryan? How do you get in there for even third shot? You play the wide in-turn draw?
If she makes this perfect, I think you're gonna see Anna freeze again. So she'll freeze the shot that Sarah's throwing right here.
So you'll see Rachel ask Tracy to just follow it down.
That would be my inclination.
So first third stone for Sarah McManus in a tight curling match here. Need this one to be made and sets up the potential for 2, even 3. I don't think you're going to see Rachel throw a hit on the next one. So she's going to have to leave 2 reds in the house, but it needs to be made.
Are they trying to bump this?
I don't think
Or are they
so.
just playing a straight freeze?
I have no idea.
'Cause they've got the line right.
This has got to be a little bit heavy. Needs to curl. Needs to curl. Can't bounce off here. This looks good. That's a great shot.
Great shot.
And now you see the problem for Homan. I mean, if you're playing... Did you ever play Pro Curl, the computer curling game?
No.
Oh, I make that run double for fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, you just put the skill level to expert, and then wherever you put the broom is where you hit it.
So just real life, basically.
Real life for you. Not for me ever, but for you at some point. With that outturn runner, circa 2014-15.
Do you think we can just get
Not so much 2020 when we played together.
What are you thinking?
So you can freeze for third. I think that's where they're going to end up, Ryan. I think you're right.
The only thing with the freeze call is they set up a situation where to get at that, they're going to have to make a double peel. And to make a double peel, you're going to leave Rachel a nose hit double on the 2 reds. So it's just how do you get to that? So the only real way that they're going to be able to get to that is to play that
corner guard,
quite thin corner guard run in, which is definitely makeable.
There, if we're a little light, your call.
I think we have to, because if we go this way and she puts another one
There's
in,
a little bit of an unknown when you're playing
What else were you seeing?
quarter rock run backs out there closer to the boards.
Like even if coming the
cross
other
line
way
is
so that we
definitely out there. Sometimes they catch a little bit of curl, so there's a little bit of luck involved.
Even a
You
short
don't
on the
really want to be
outturn's
throwing
okay.
rocks that...
Well, then we might as well
like
play
that
that if we're going to be
idea.
short on the
She made a
outturn.
funny face like, ooh.
And take that away.
That might jam too.
Yeah.
I don't see
think we
anything
go-
else.
This
I
is
guess you could hit and
that's
roll in the
good,
corner there,
that's
but
good.
man, that's...
Can we get to the
good.
nose and just tap ours a hair?
I don't
Release
think
the
it's
you
angle?
want to do that, Sarah.
I don't.
Once you tap it, then the run into
Like, we
that
wanna
one
be
might
there.
get both
Okay,
yellows.
sounds
so
good. And if
you
we're
want to
here,
stay
that's okay.
A
in
little
that
light's
pocket,
okay.
not
A little
moving.
short
Doesn't really
better.
help, but
No, but we have to block. We can't let her come
that's
in
good.
again here.
okay, sounds good. Okay, let me know the weight.
There
Theirs
you
is a
have it.
14.7.
No
Trace.
timeout required.
It's just something right now.
Saving both
We got a
timeouts. And
14.4 on theirs. They tapped, so they're probably close to
I'm a
T.
risky
We only
with
want
the
top
gavel.
8. Yeah, 14.6.
this is what we're doing. This is why.
Enough time, ladies.
And
Let's go.
everybody said, sure. Well, there's a couple Flurry fans in the house.
Okay, Tracy. Speed's really nice here.
It's Flurry's mom,
Theirs is a 14.6.
Tish.
Okay.
Okay. Can't tell.
She's fun fact. Tish is undefeated in every event that she's gone to since Tracy has joined Team Homan.
That's pretty good. Why
Right?
doesn't she just travel more?
She comes to almost everyone.
This year she's gone to, she wasn't in Charlottetown,
Go
eh?
ahead, we need top 8.
So need this one frozen. Tracy Fleury's second shot at the pivotal sixth end here.
Girl.
We've got a Grand Slam title on the line, so pressure is mounting for both teams.
Looks a little light. Yeah, looks a little light to me too, Langer.
I don't think this is even going to be third shot.
Keep going.
Okay, good feet.
Takes away the freeze, but do you play the run back now?
Good way, Trace.
Double peel now?
See, this is the problem. We played that shot, we made it.
No, för
Now,
sådär ligger ju där.
how do we get? We got exactly what we wanted, but how do we get that yellow out?
The first thought was the double peel on the yellows. It goes, you know, at least close or towards that red corner guard that you need.
And then if you double peel, then Rachel just steps up and makes that red double.
I mean, if I was playing Pro Curl on my computer, I would draw one just past the red one on as our screen as you look at it. So just past the red one on the right-hand side, just past the C and U in curling.
Yeah.
Draw it half a rock past there, just bury an inch, and you have that. Rachel's going to have to guard it, and now you're loading up for 4.
Yeah, it's either, I agree with you, it's either that or you're playing that run in now.
Could play the corner guard in now, see what's going to happen. You could double peel the corner or the centers.
Which this has always been, these corner guards have always been saved for, you know, a skips last one or later in the end. And I think part of the evolution of this sport is, you know, you're playing the double peel. We were talking about it yesterday. You're playing the double peel here, which is a difficult shot, where you're hitting 2 rocks. You've got an opportunity and a better result if you step up and hit a quarter of the red rock, lying 3 behind a wall of guards. What's
I don't know what they came up with. Do you? Again, my Swedish is...
Jag tror vi öppnar bara högra.
They're going to double peel.
Bara högra.
Titta tönta!
Just single peel. They're just single peeling.
Okay. Don't want to hit this anywhere near that red corner guard. Sarah McManus with her final third stone here in the 6th end, and needs to be, I mean, there's quite a bit of space, so less than half is fine. Uh-oh. Accidentally make the double run here, feathered in the house. This is going to hit that red one, isn't it? Oh, good enough.
And we're just in another position here where Team Hasselborg played a shot, and Rachel's just going to replace that dart.
But what did they open up there? I guess the yellow on the nose? Yeah, it's there.
I could just make this and not give them 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't look super easy to get low.
It looks hard to make that yellow, red, yellow for 2. In which case you could play that. Are you trying to get it off of
here, right?
Well, my thing is we don't want to line it to there.
No. I think even if this jams but we get a good roll, it's okay.
Sorry?
I think even if it jams but we get a good roll, it's
I'd
okay.
rather, I don't know, I'd rather it not jam.
Yeah, you'd definitely rather it not jam. And it looks pretty close to the perfect jam if you get the roll.
If we play this, we're rolling a hair, right? And we're probably taking...
she's probably doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. We're taking this away, and she's doing that, and we might have an angle. You might have a
If I'm
double
Rachel, I would have already
play
thrown
this,
that
like,
guard
just
parts.
high.
Yeah?
I think so.
And then you sit
Just
there.
on your way by, wink at Anna and say, you can't make that angle raise. I'm just going to guard the middle.
Do we ever guard this one?
I like Rachel's
we don't
call.
Like the hit on it?
Like guard here.
Make it really good.
Yeah,
Stick it
outside,
right
guard the
there.
outside.
Roll off.
Like that
But she
takes
has
Tough
a nose
deuce.
hit to lie to right now, right,
Yeah,
guys? Barry?
I don't think we can
She'll
ignore
hook
this.
it. Yeah. I either have to hit that.
She can hit just low with like control, and then
I think I
there's
like
two
maybe
barriers.
move in the middle here.
Yeah,
What do you guys like?
I think this is the call.
A lot of chatter.
Do we want to use our timeout? Do you want
More questions than answers at this point, Mr. Fry.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Timeout. Who's on the bench?
We
Nobody.
roll Here. If she plays that, we should have a double.
There's nobody left. Everybody went home.
Wait, are you seeing for that?
Like, just plant it right into it.
Lots of players left at 5 a.m. this morning.
Okay, well,
so just roll a hair.
Yeah, that's not a flight I
Someone's
would
going to
have
have to
been
catch her there, though.
looking too forward to
Do you
being
want to
on.
call it time?
Sure.
I'm not super excited about being on it tomorrow.
Right here?
Yeah.
If we sit
Veteran.
here,
Took the 9 o'clock.
I think we want to be like touching the line, because then if she makes this, like if we roll this way and she makes this, you won't be able to see as much of this one. She's gonna
It's just
roll
that I
down.
can't really plan.
Emma
without
has a
catching
lot of
her.
input on this team and
Yeah.
her
A little
relationship
bit's
with
okay,
Rachel obviously
but you
being
can.
third
It's
for so
gonna-
many years.
Like you wanted to just hit this one right on the nose.
There's a lot of chatter here, though.
That's what I was
Somebody
wondering.
needs
like, what
to
if you
take
hit
charge.
3/4
Emma's
to
trying.
Control, you probably
Yeah.
roll
That's what
here.
I'm seeing, yeah.
I just don't ever want it to overcurl. Like,
Yeah.
that's death. Control weight on this ice is looking a lot
Okay,
tougher
what do you
than
want
like
to
an up normal.
What do you want to
down
throw?
normal?
Ryan, you coach these girls. What is the difference? I
Like,
asked
our
John this.
shooter isn't as
What's the difference
important.
between
Like, it could
down,
end up
normal, and
burning us if
control?
She makes this.
Yeah.
Like,
We have
Like an
like
eighth of a
50 seconds
second?
left of our timeout.
Yeah,
What
I-
are you seeing, Rach? You're throwing it.
I think it's just a cue in your mind, just
Just
how
like
you're going to throw
if
it.
it's,
Yeah.
If it's down normal, it's don't be light control, and if it's control, it's like don't be
You guys don't ever
heavy
like them
control.
rolling in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I
reconfirming something
just
in your
worry
mind. I
if-
would
And I've said this a million times too. It doesn't have to make sense to me. It has to make sense to the team. Every team
Or
has
if we
their
move it,
almost their own language.
Okay. It's just this is all or nothing as well, right?
yeah, I like it. I like you making this. Okay.
Wow, their
you like it
timeout
down
lasted
It's just
forever there. There's
if I
still
hit it
20
too high with
seconds
down
left.
normal, this doesn't go. Like, do you guys like just throwing
They said a
field to
lot
make
of
sure
words.
that if it touches that
Yeah,
goal?
a lot of combos. And they're getting back to what Rachel wanted to play in the beginning.
Do you like that?
Up normal?
Okay.
Okay.
Wanting to
Up or up? Half.
Bit
Yeah.
bigger than that.
half a rock, no thinner than half. Would love this yellow one to stick on the red one there, kind of
What do you think it's going to do here?
splitting the center line and make that
Do you like
chase on
that,
the
Roy? Are
red-yellow
you
combo
throwing?
hard.
Okay.
So Rachel's been in 28 finals,
the broom?
16 and 11.
I think I need a hair more.
Anderson 6 and 10 and 16. That's
Just a little bit with that weight, just a touch.
How are you throwing it?
I think straight through.
that's a lot of Grand Slam finals.
It's a lot.
There's only 4 or 5 of them a
Wait,
year.
No. Clean.
No.
Rachel didn't love it.
Rachel's
Sure looks
that's
good.
Rachel's MO though, no? Got a little bit of curl. That's not a great situation. Now
So it overcurled. Wanted to hit this one thinner so that the shooter stayed there and instead rolls off. So
Okay.
So now
Okay.
Anna has an opportunity
Just heard it click.
to make this hit and make the double and actually probably roll up a little bit.
maybe. Or if you're hitting rolled right on the corner of third shot, that would be awfully good. They're going to be close together, though, so there's potential to leave a double.
There is, but I think if you're Team Hasselborg, you're breathing a sigh of relief. The score looks much more probable now than it did before Rachel threw that stone.
It was looking like a steal or 3 before that. Now the 3's gone.
Good news is the corner guard slash is gone. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, that's shooter. Rachel's shooter took it away. Both teams, I mean, they've played relatively quickly. This end's taken a long time, but both teams know how important this end is. And you're right, Ronnie. She hits like hard in 2/3. This is going to kill both yellows, and the shooter's going to spin behind the corner. But it will leave a hit and roll on this red one's not going to end up buried that she's hitting first. It's going to end up edge on a pretty high guard. Rachel might have a hit and roll underneath, but the chase will be because it's so high.
You can't call it, but there is a perfect situation here that if it does curl up a little bit and you get to 7/8, I think both will roll and your shooter could potentially roll on top of that yellow
right onto the corner of the yellow.
So it could make it that it makes it very uncomfortable for Rachel, but.
So Anna Hasselborg with her first stone in the 6th end and looking to lie two and maybe get a fortunate spin up to not leave Rachel a double.
She got the weight right.
It's a line shot though. They like it. That's thin. That's too thin.
Yeah. Too thin.
No good. Rachel's got a very makeable double and just needed to curl a little bit. It tried to spin, but even an inch thicker, and that would have spun dead buried. Would have also then made the triple, I think. No, that's not true. So this is...
it's actually bad luck that it didn't touch that side yellow, because there still would have been the blank in play, which I would never have called.
Rachel almost never misses this double.
No, the only way that Rachel could miss this double if she hits it a little thick and it doesn't quite get out of the rings, but
it's impossible to miss it thin. You'd have to flash it like tick tick, might jam on the side yellow. But Rachel Homan, final stone in 6 to force make a high hard double.
Curl.
Sounds a little nervous. This
is
thick.
A little thick.
Great shot.
Not too thick. Perfect.
What do we know? Great shot by Rachel there.
Nice pair skipper. Thanks for getting us out of that little jam. And now an important shot for Anna. Open hit, but our angle's not great. We're not like great line callers from the rafters on the side, eh?
Definitely not. That was just clean.
Yeah. So a nose hit here for Anna, and this is when the crowd picked up yesterday, right around 6 and 7. So we'll see how they... The Homan chant while Anna's throwing her last shot. Final stone 6th end. Open hit for 1, but there is a kicker, so cannot roll out. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, looks really good.
He's got a single.
Just cleaning it in. The great, and I don't think either team's disappointed with that result.
Tie game, heading to the 7th end. Team Homan will have last rock advantage, and we're going to bring you the action right after this.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
So to our knowledge, we're the first and currently only queer sport organization in the province, which is something that has been really important to us and that we're trying to drive in other areas of sport as well.
Curling is a very low barrier, very inclusive sport to begin with, and it meshes very well with the Pride community. It's a very open, welcoming sport.
The REMAX Center and the broader curling community of St. John's has been phenomenal. We have felt, 100% welcomed. There's never been any feeling of judgment. I just hope that this is around for many years to come.
Welcome back. 7th end action. We've got a heater of a game here. 4-4 tie. Coyote National Ladies Final, the Grand Slam of Curling. I'm Brent Lang bringing you the action alongside Ryan Fry. And a very interesting 6th end results in a single point for Team Hasselborg.
Did we ever take it or no? Okay.
Now, Team Homan, first preference would be score 8. That's probably not possible. All the way down to 2 would be decent, but I think they'd probably prefer a blank. Sometimes, though, in Team Hasselborg wants to force to 1 or maybe get a sneaky steal, but sometimes trying to force to 1, you get into some trouble. You take some extra risk without the hammer, and a big shot from Rachel could result in 2 and even 3. This is a situation where you see a lot more 2s and 3s. But Anna wants to make sure, do everything she can to not allow a blank, and that's a good start for Team Hasselborg. Now they can throw another center without any real trouble here, Ryan.
Yeah, and you have to make a good guard here because that first one missed the center line. Not that it's, not that they're going to be playing a tick shot, but if there's an errant miss or a little bit of a soft throw and you do tick it, there's no danger of it. With the no tick rule.
So I wonder if this is on center line and a good center guard, will Rachel then chip the tighter one? This isn't going to get center either. I think you might see a chip here. Perfectly lined up, good speed, but yeah, not on the center line. I'd like the chip shot here on the tight one if you're Rachel.
I'm with you, Langer.
She doesn't hear me. No, well, she probably hears me. She just doesn't like what I'm saying.
And this is a very, very pivotal shot. I know it's early in the end, but Sarah has to get this in a good position. If this happens to stop top 8 foot, you have backing then. It allows you to draw around. You don't want to allow your opposition to draw around this rock.
No, it needs to be in the 4 foot for sure. And line's not overly important. Speed's the most important, but it'd be nice if it was dead buried too. This needs to slow down. Speed's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good shot.
Now the Team Hasselborg will come down and bump that one back or just straight draw the button. 3's top 4 is okay too. I would move that.
Yeah, I'm with you because they're going up and starting to peel. So you want to get this rock into a position that you can use it later. If you just freeze to it, then you have to make a move by moving that rock in order to get shot rock. So I'm with you, Langer. I think you got to be tapping this, but we'll see how this plays out. First things you got to do is not worry about the strategy or the tactics. You got to worry about the execution.
And here, if you make a really good shot, and not that you're ever going to kind of try and make a half shot, but if you make a really good shot, they're definitely going to peel, I think. If you kind of chap it and lie and leave them a hit and roll, they might leave those center guards. And
they heard you, Langer.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, that is... You couldn't have drawn that up any better, really.
Do you want to throw a board and try and roll it? Okay.
Okay. Much harder. And it's also, I think it should be kind of hack, but need to hit less than a... Probably need to hit a quarter here to get the angle to roll in the rings. The quarter with board, just board, will do the trick. Emma missed you. This is snug. Make sure they peel the top one at the moment. I think they will.
Make a call, I'm sorry. Okay, good, that's good.
That's fine.
I'm wondering if Rachel forgot that she could peel there.
No, she played board. She was trying to kill the center one and roll in, I think. But so freeze right away. I want this one to be dead frozen on the nose. See if Agnes can give Sophia and Sarah a chance to make this perfect. This side's been a bit tricky. This looks tight.
Weight looks close.
Mine looks very tight. Never mind.
That actually looks a little heavy now.
Needs to curla. That one I know.
Okay, good shot.
Not bad at all. So Rachel's going to take a chance. Emma's got a chance to
clear everything.
Clear all 3 reds. One chance.
One opportunity.
Yeah.
To seize
everything you ever wanted.
Would you capture it?
Or just let it slip. Maybe that's what we should do at the GSOC, you and I.
Nope.
No? I don't think they allow ex-curlers anywhere. You don't have to worry about it.
Wow, Johnny Mo, but
yeah, the Godfather.
Ooh, this is, she likes it. It's hard to tell what Rachel says.
Oh, no.
Just trying to go the other way.
That's a big miss. Pretty close to something great, but instead lined up the reds. And
now if you're Anna, you don't have a very difficult shot here to put a lot of pressure. You're putting a
nice high guard
here.
High
guard, yeah. High guard, and it's going to start forcing, double peels that are never comfortable. This has to be made. You got to get this, a few feet over the hog line.
Fine.
My early thought is this looks like it's got a little bit too much weight.
Yeah, you might want to hook this on the yellow. Don't leave it so close together they can get this across the top of the yellow.
It's coming down. They know what they're doing.
No, this is no good. It's a chance to get the yellow coming back. That was one where you kind of got to risk. If you hog that, not that it's better than that, but it's almost better than that.
Okay, 6 3/4. Oh, wait, you got it, Tracy.
Big shot, Tracy Fleury. Ryan Fry says she's good at hitting it where she needs to hit it. This would be a good time to hit it perfect. Out-turn across the face.
There's a lot more of that this game,
sure
too.
3/4-ish. Across the top of the yellow, get it coming back, kill the one top 4.
Just peel it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Gotta go.
Missed by enough, but no, she didn't miss by enough. It's, that doesn't matter, but
no. But
this is.
I don't think you want to play that yet, Anna.
I might not play that yet either. But she's maybe worried. Rachel knows blank's highly unlikely now. So do they ever switch to the out-turn draw? And if they do, and Anna's guarded this in-turn side, she won't be able to get it.
So your mind is telling you to go after the steal here, eh, Langer? You're thinking that Rachel's going to switch to an offensive position, get one on the button here, and that's going to result in a 1-point score. Whereas if you play something a little more offensive, you can potentially generate a steal, which is fairly better.
Steal would be great. I mean, the bump on that to a freeze sure would be good. If you could bump that a hair high on the in-turn side to a freeze, what are they going to do? They're going to have to try and run it and kill the back and just kind of spread them, and then you still have those 2 yellow guards, and it'd be very difficult for them to hold the shooter.
Yeah, you sold me, Langer.
I'm
on board. I'm on board. Let's go.
I'm not sold, yeah. You were never a hard sell.
Get in the hatch, right?
I'd be a little bit worried if you throw the guard. They're probably gonna peel again.
I would have to think, because if you're forcing her to that out-turn draw down a heavier side, and if you miss that shot, you're
not giving up the steals too.
Yeah, you're not only looking at a steal one, you're looking at a potential multiple stealing.
This game was clipping along, and then all of a sudden we got to 6 and 7, and there's a lot of action.
She knew we were getting hungry. Load her right down.
Yeah, I asked somebody earlier, do you think Uber Eats would find us up here or no? I think they've decided on the guard. Anna really likes that. The problem with the tap is if you just miss it and leave a nose double, you're still frozen back there probably. Not the worst, but a little bit more uncomfortable. That red one up on the foam halfway would become the in-off for a couple points.
So they did decide to throw the guard?
I thought so, but now that's ice for the tap.
And that looks like weight for the tap.
Yeah, that's the tap. So if you're going to play this, you want to tap it dead frozen. Sound pretty excited.
It's over curling a little bit here, Langer. I think this is. It's
not great.
No, not bad, not good.
Chance to make that top double. I don't know if you want to do that. I think you want to get rid of that back one. You can't leave that one frozen back button any longer.
As little as you can hit. You have to make this roll. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what
What weight
Rachel's
do you
seeing
like
here.
for making the roll?
I think you want to be.
Or is she trying to clip the back and make the roll?
Maybe. I think you definitely. I'm with you. I think you definitely want to. That rock that's sitting at the back button right now is definitely a steal point.
You don't want to hear whoa out of Tracy's hand here.
Curl.
Oh, you didn't want to hear that.
Curl.
Although Rachel's the toughest read in curling.
Yeah.
Curl. Hard out, you gotta go. Beauty.
Fantastic shot. Now all of a sudden they're looking like they might score 2.
Yeah, I think it was just a little premature on that tap. I think he wanted to delay that one more time and save yourself. So yeah, I don't know what you're playing now if you're Anna. You're having to tap your own red, but when you tap your own red, you leave your shooter there in order to be able to use it as a double round.
That in-turn back line, back 4, try and get as much of that yellow as you can. Leave your shooter there, probably going to leave a double and maybe a freeze on your last, but
probably touches
chasing it.
Probably touches the red. That's quite a great shot by Tracy Fleury.
This is a game ball potentially.
Bara vi kommer runt så att hon inte lämnar dubben. Den är fan bättre. Tappar den baklock. Det är bara att vi behöver hamna med egen så att vi inte ger dubben där. Det är därför jag menar att chappa den. Ja. Chappa den bakåt.
Hasselborg down to 5 minutes and they have no timeouts left, but that's plenty of time still. I think I like the out turn here.
You like the out turn tap on the...
Yeah, this one a lot of times. You're going to make a pretty good shot and leave a double on the top 2 reds and not kill the yellow. You're going to hit it a little high. It's going to feather the red. You're going to roll a rock or 2, leave a half rocker.
Yeah, and you really, to get yourself out of trouble here, if you get to 7/8 of that red and just tap it a half a rock, just so it's shot rock.
This needs to, if you're playing this, back 4 foot is great. If you tap this to the tee line, it's great. It's important that the shooter gets to as much of this as possible. So Anna Hasselborg's first shot.
She's trying to remove it.
That's really, really hard. And this is really, really wide. Finishing. No, this is dead. Okay. Tap the yellow to a good spot, though. Out counted the other back yellow.
So Rachel's probably going to take on this little out turn chase. Try to roll just under.
Interesting.
I guess it might change. It's really hard to hit that thin enough to like stuff it right in there. Yeah. We could play this.
Yeah, but that's not what she's playing.
Like this is really
you leave that red one though and they freeze, you might have the double.
I like that. Because even here that goes
maybe. But if you have the double, it's definitely going to be going somewhere over to the rock Emma's talking about hitting.
I just hate to leave something straight now.
It's not. It wasn't a total loss by Anna there.
Got the weight right.
Yeah.
But she got by that guard by a lot. That shot was there. She got by probably 8 inches at least.
You're kind of at the mercy of Team Homan here now. If Team Homan makes a good shot, it's going to be very difficult to get over this without giving up a multiple point in.
I like Emma's thought though. Hit the wide one, even hit and roll in if you want. Hit and roll to the back 8 foot.
What do you think it is here?
It's going to draw. This is a good call too.
Close to that line you've been throwing.
I'm worried about them getting a draw in there. So if I'm worried about that, if I beat them in there, I don't have to worry about it anymore.
We're just crossing center.
I like this call, Wagner.
So I think it'll run
this is, and I think this is the highest level of execution. I think the percentage is very high for Rachel to make this shot. She's seen it. It's curling in there nice. If she can put a freeze right on her own here, there's not really going to be a shot that Anna can make that won't give Rachel a shot
like max
for 2.
To me.
At least 2, yeah.
I think so.
He's not dead yet.
You're going to keep it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's keeping it there.
So a little extra set rather than straight through. I think that's what they mean when they say that. So Rachel Homan's first shot here in 7, and all of a sudden a fantastic opportunity for at least 2. Needs a precise draw here, right to the top of the 4 foot. Freeze right on the nose of shot rock.
Make sure we're there. Line's perfect.
Rachel says line's perfect.
Weight looks so good. It doesn't look heavy. It looks perfect.
Head down, distance, go.
It's gotta go. Really gotta go. Gotta get at least 3rd. Gets 2nd, and that's a pretty good shot.
Forces Anna to hit this very thin, try to stick it right there, and if she can make this, it's not going to be an
She can't throw this hard, though. If she throws this hard and hits it thick, they both could fly, and if it doesn't kill the back yellow, it'll be hit for 3. I think that yellow one's just going straight through the hole, the red and yellow on the left-hand side of your screen as you're looking at it. So an ultra thin, if it feathers, it could actually... Doesn't look like it can hit Rachel's shooter there. It didn't go far enough. If that went another half a rock, that would have been absolute gold. But a good shot from Rachel, and really no choice here for Anna. I guess she could play the in-turn draw just past Rachel's, but that's pretty tough. So
this is a difficult shot. It takes this is a full team shot. It takes a great throw, great line call, and a great sweep in order to hit. What do you think it is here, Langer? It's under a quarter to be able to make it perfect.
I don't think you can hit it too thin, so I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, she's not throwing it super hard. I thought she was. Last stone for Team Hasselborg, and need to hit an 1/8 of this rock. That's what we're going with, Fry. I don't like hearing right off from Homan, actually. I don't like hearing that.
Oh, great shot.
Beauty.
What a shot by Anna Hasselborg.
Ooh, that's how you win Grand Slams right there. What a shot.
If your Team Homan, is she eyeing up the double
run for 3?
Double for 3.
I mean, when you're going, you're going. There's no...
Also got the in off there for...
Well, I mean, write Rachel's name on the shot of the week if this is made. Yeah, the in off for 2.
Why play a shot for 2 when there's a shot for 3, I suppose?
How are you going to throw it? Okay, just give me nose.
She ran to it, wants it, feeling it. Here we go. Get ready for some serious noise if this is made. This is really hard for more than 2, by the way. It's really hard for 2 also. Last stone, 7th then. Rachel Homan double run back.
Rachel on the sweep, or Emma on the sweep.
Doesn't like it. She's standing up. Pretty close, but a big steal for Team Hasselborg with a great shot from Anna on her last, and they were in some big trouble. Needed that. Team Homan trailing by 1 when we get back in the 8th end, needing a deuce to hoist the KIOTI National Trophy. We'll be back right after this.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Fitting. A well-played game by both teams, and it almost feels like we're destined for extra time.
Yeah, it was kind of a back and forth end there. A lot of good shots and a couple of half shots, and yeah, we've got ourselves some drama coming in here.
And if you look at that end again, and when you play it back, her first shot was a really good shot, but Anna had the answer. If Rachel's goes literally another like 3 inches, that shot's not even there for Anna because it hits Rachel's shooter, and Rachel draws for 2.
Yeah, and there really wasn't anything more they could have done with that from a sweeping standpoint. They went end to end, and that's good on them to get it for second shot. But you're right, it's a game of inches. Sometimes less than that.
We wish we had inches.
And if that goes a little farther, it's probably 2 on the board, and it's a totally different end here. Anna's going to be throwing up both centers, top 2 centers. She's going for a steal. The best way to defend a 2 is to try and steal.
They got to Gane this one. I don't think so.
That actually curled quite a bit too, so I think that's was more a little bit of a soft throw than not getting the weight right, making it curl a little bit early. And
so straight around for Sarah Wilkes. Both teams have more than enough time. Talking about that draw on Rachel's, and they did sweep it the whole way. Ryan, you know everything, so I'm going to ask you, how far, if they didn't sweep Rachel's, which went biting the top 4, if they didn't sweep it at all, where would that have stopped? Like, how far does sweeping carry a rock on this surface this week?
Yeah, I think obviously you let it up, but different ice conditions can harbor different results. I'm definitely with Sarah and Emma are 2 of the strongest sweepers in the women's game, so I'm guessing they're probably able to take it 3 or 4 feet would be my guess on this ice condition, which is pretty substantial.
I think they would be offended by that.
You think so?
I don't know. I've always thought, on this ice looks like good sweeping ice. I haven't swept on it, but I always thought kind of the best sweepers, like when you're drawn in practice, I mean, I feel like with sweeping, I can hit the forefoot almost all the time. I can't do it without sweeping, and it's, quite often it's short of the rings. But nobody really knows. I mean, nobody. Call me nobody. I don't know how far they can take it, but yeah.
4 feet would have put that out just outside of the rings.
I think they can definitely carry it that far, but yeah, it does depend on some curling clubs. You get in there, and it's like, I'm not sweeping. This isn't doing anything. Like, we're taking it 6 inches. Like,
yeah, that's just a guess on this ice condition.
For sure.
There's definitely situations where these teams can drag a rock.
Somebody on Twitter must know. So at blang99, tell us.
That was what I think.
We don't know, so you can just pretend you know.
You know this line?
Tell us how far the top sweepers can drag a rock on arena ice.
Yeah,
I like this. And single peel's no good.
It's not an easy.
We're waiting.
Center, guys.
Nobody answered yet.
Toppy.
So they were originally going to peel here, but instead going to beat them around. A great come around by Sarah Wilkes. Perfect corner guard, perfect come around.
You got room.
Hasselborg still thinking they need the double centers.
Hard line.
I don't disagree.
Hard line, head down. Hard line.
Every shot is going to be a big shot this end. I'll stop saying it's a big shot because it's the final end and it's a 1-point game. So
not deep, not deep.
Emma wants this one. Biting the forefoot.
No.
You don't want a top 8 either because they can bury around it.
Oh, Rachel yelling at her sweepers not to sweep and then gets up and sweeps the rock.
See, I think they can get around that if they need to.
Yeah, I think they have to. I think they have to throw caution to the wind here. I
would have liked to see that another foot.
Yeah, anyway.
So Agnes on what has been the tougher side. See if she can get one in there. Even if this is back 4, just get one in there, shot rock buried.
It's not curling yet. Optically, this isn't the easiest looking.
Yeah, was that a little English they tossed in there? I thought I heard it. It's not curling yet. I know you said it, but this is tight. It's curling now. Don't want to pump that one into the open at all. We'll do a little bit, but good effort. Just kind of missed the sweep on it a little bit. Sarah's saying she touched the center, but I don't think it moved. That's kind of where it was.
Do you want to chase that or you just want to rip that?
I can chase it.
Okay.
If I hit the top, it's okay.
Just, you're going to go dead into this.
Guard's pretty good, isn't it?
I don't mind just peeling the guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're going to draw in there.
I want to hit
If you peel the guard, you can
Unless you
also
want to hit,
run
like,
the
control
center
the thick
back.
half and maybe...
I think straight peel's not bad.
Chase, it's not super easy. I have to hit it really thin to go over
control.
How much?
They can't hear each other, obviously. They're talking about
You
2
rather
different
straight
things.
peel?
They're on 2 different planets right now.
I think I have to hit it thin, and I'm going to hit our guard.
No, you won't.
It's not that
Doesn't
thin.
look like it. I'm
Okay.
corner rock. You're like to hit this. You'd almost have to flash.
Okay.
I like the peel.
Okay.
Okay, you peel, and so what is...
You're never hitting this.
What is Anna going to do next, Ryan? She's going to draw another one in there, maybe bump that back and kind of roll under your yellow?
Yeah.
And then you're running that center back?
If I'm Team Hasselborg, I'm probably running my own guard back.
Woo! Kamikaze.
Yeah.
You like it? Right on the nose, run double?
Yeah.
If I'm on your team, I'm going to lie down on the ice.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't...
What do you like, Langer?
I like drawing in there again. Kind of maybe bump that red one back and roll under the yellow or under the center. Let them start running. I like what Anna's calling here. I don't think you need to tap it that far. It's not a great situation now. Probably a good call by Tracy there. I think that was her idea. So Sarah McManus trying to throw kind of back 4 As long as you get onto the low side, which looks like there's lots of curl here. Needs to curl though. Sarah thought was, that last one really finished here.
This is a little more weight.
Heavy.
A little more weight.
This is heavy.
Yeah, she might be bumping this a little
Needs to
further.
get some separation. Weight was perfect. Just didn't quite get the line, and now there's a nose double, I think, or a little low. That was almost perfect.
We never go high side, do we? Just easy to take our own. Okay. I like the first. I think it's always, we're always losing that.
Yeah. There's not a ton of air. That's the only reason I asked.
Do you like normal?
Okay, so Tracy Fleury, who made the big shot last time to give him a chance.
Okay, down normal.
Similar chance
Is
here.
control okay?
I don't think you're killing it.
Okay, there's only like an inch of air.
I think if we want to make sure we kill it, we might have to go high side.
Yeah.
A little indecision here.
Rachel's frozen.
Rachel, yeah.
Okay. I don't think sitting here is the end of the world. Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay.
Rachel just crunching the numbers here.
This way with like. The only thing is, it's down normal. If you ever plant that, we're in big trouble.
I think, so we can throw more weight. 3/4 of a rock.
Yeah.
It's just we don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Make the double.
Okay, what do you like?
Do you like normal?
I like normal.
Normal?
Rachel is right. You don't want to lose that side one. That's your second point for sure. You want that one to stay buried there all end. Really no way for Team Hasselborg to get it unless they play, we'll call it the fry, the run back double. Just right on the nose, which would be a hell of a shot.
Yeah, it's good.
Wait. Whoa, weight's good.
Whoa, whoa. Curl, curl, curl. Roll the shooter, roll the shooter.
Looks good.
Great shot.
Still a bit of a chance here, though, for the Swedish ladies. Fantastic conversation there. A lot of chatter, and Tracy just calmly gets in the hack and nails it. So Sarah McManus with a similar shot she just threw. She needs to take a little weight off. That was probably at least back 8.
This just has to be someplace easy. This
Even if
doesn't
it's second shot, which I guess you're either going to be shot or third because they're pretty close together, but needs to be buried, needs to be shot. This should go sideways now, I would think. It sure is. That is a really good curling shot, folks.
Great shot.
It's shot over all the yellows for now, but I think Rachel peels. You got enough.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, you can chase it. It came out the other side.
I was wondering
There's
if
an auto double if we
just back line.
Auto
have to
double
move
if you
into
peel.
into
Okay.
the 12.
Okay,
We never peel here, Rach?
I think they
You
make
don't like the peel at all?
It's a really natural double on the top 8 to side 8.
Okay.
I think even if you split the top, it's okay.
I think if we peel and make this double,
Yeah, okay. How much weight?
Just back 12.
Any other shots here, Ryan?
Yeah.
You could draw.
You could.
You got it.
I like back line.
I'm with the team there. I don't think the peel is the call.
No, I agree. This chase is good. If you just tickle your yellow, like it chips your yellow in for shot, wouldn't be the worst.
Yep. 10.
11.
Clean. Yep. 10, 11. Clean. Yep.
The guard's not really in play. It's that yellow one top 8 that is the one you got to get real close to.
Seems like they like it.
Looks perfect.
Curl, you gotta go.
Hey.
Hard, Sarah. You really gotta go hard. Hard. Go, let it go, let it go. Go, go,
Why isn't Anna sweeping that? That stayed for third. Anna could have swept that and maybe got it out of there. But same shot.
Nice shot.
Eventually they're going to make this perfect.
Yeah, she's going to have 2 more shots to get a rock in it.
Jag tror inte det. Jag tror det är Sara som kallar lite till också.
Alltså de här är ju liksom fart dit lite som Sara lät de får ju mycket kall.
Starting to not look like an extra. It's looking like a steal or 4.
Vi får vara lite försiktiga ändå.
That's the way to get 2
Men
is
borde, är den
score 4.
lite lösare i början så borde den inte, då borde den ha liksom en annan
They're
bana.
trying to get 4, and even if you're forced to
Är det
2,
sådär
you still
lätt som
win.
när
They've seen this shot, so
har dragit?
no reason that Anna can't put this in a really good spot. It just needs to be probably what, Langer? A little, like about a rock higher on that same line, and you're...
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's lots of finish. So I think she could get this dead buried like back button, even on the tee line if the speed is right. Again, anywhere buried that's shot gives her a chance.
Looks a little light to me out of the hand.
which doesn't kill her. Heavy kills her. Then they peel the guard.
They're going. They're sweeping
This
this.
is pillar to post.
Yeah.
They're going to need more than 3 or 4 feet out of this one, Fryman. If this is by, it's perfect. This is really good.
What a sweep.
Oh, I don't know.
Quite
That's
curling
not, yeah, just too much sweep, right? Didn't give him quite the right weight. Having to sweep it the whole way makes it run straighter and...
Yeah, it just takes the break point out, right, Langer? Like when you're sweeping, you sweep it through the break point, it doesn't catch that same angle coming in.
See, I'm convinced that if they didn't sweep that, that wasn't in the rings.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna retract.
Probably. Can't retract it. It's on YouTube. You already told me that.
Yeah, I think so.
It's true.
It's out in the universe.
It's out there. But I can take it back. There's take backs.
We get 3 take-backs
You like
per
light
broadcast.
Sure.
So Chase here. Do you want to stay there? You want to roll probably right to Tracy's broom would be fancy, because then if they even make a great one, you got an in-off. And then you kind of got him. And you can kind of slide by. Say, I got you anyway. You're kind of in trouble here. So first skip stone, Rachel Homan.
Yeah, a little late. Hard.
A little bit, feels a little bit like they got one hand on the trophy. Sarah's got a dig here big time.
Oh, curl.
She's on the front.
Oh no, just a feather? No, hit it thick enough at least that opened up that little runner.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got the run. What do you play, Langer? Oof.
It's hard to guard both.
It is. You play that double?
You could. That would force her, or it might leave a double back, though. There's a million kickers. Now that one that Anna didn't sweep back 12 there, if that's not out counting the back red, you can play the double all day. But because it is, I guess you might flip that one too.
The guard is just so precise.
So do you corner freeze on the
I
yellow?
was just going to say, if you're going to play that, you corner freeze the yellow.
Vi ingen hål egentligen. Nej. Men då lär hon ju spela den, och den är ju också skitenkel. Jag tror vi...
Bara låta henne spela samma slag.
Jag tror det där.
Worst case, if she somehow makes a perfect shot here, Rachel will have this intern angle raise corner guard in if she wants it, which I think she will.
100%. Absolut, såklart.
Det är den hon kommer leta. Så mitt på linan då, en gard.
Mitt på linan.
So splitting the center line, like dead in front of the red, frozen on the yellow, is the best shot.
Jag tror att vi är här.
So often the best shot's also the hardest one, and that's the case
då
here.
spelar hon ju
So
också... Då lär hon spela av våra, men...
Yeah, your only shot to really 100% take away a shot for 2 is to probably play a soft weight, hit and roll off that top yellow over towards the... Can you get frozen to the side yellow? It's hard to see from the angle.
good, but I'm changing my vote now. That's the hardest shot. I think she just got to try and make this perfect. Probably a very similar throw, and if they just manage it, freeze on a third of that top yellow one, and it'll be third shot. So even if you're not perfect and she can hit the yellow, this will probably outcount the second yellow one, maybe. Not probably.
Definitely more weight.
They like the line, but they don't like the weight. Without any sweeping, this is going to probably overcurl.
Like it's overcurling.
Stop. This is gone. No. They didn't manage that as well. They thought it was heavy, but it wasn't. They could have swept that early and really held it. Okay, so it's pretty buried, but there's a chase. Do you play the chase or do you play the runner?
Yeah, no, you're right, Langer. That was managed perfectly. I think they could have swept that early for line.
There actually was a spot with the guard. Like if that's 4 inches less curl, there's no hold of the yellow.
Smidge more, we can curl it in. If I get out 2 a little bit more, the hair more weight, I think we can still
Looks like
curl
the
it in.
jam doesn't matter
That's more ice though, isn't
on
it?
this one back left.
No, it's hard to see you ever missing this wide. You hit your weight, right?
You'd have to wrist it. Yeah, if your team Hasselborg, you got to hope Rachel's heavy. That's really your only chance.
Okay.
If she throws just hack weight here,
Yeah. Is this the same ice? Is that an inch more ice? Yeah. Okay.
she just saw this
4 more
spot
feet
too,
will be
so
good.
you got to think this is a highly
Yeah. Keep it there.
probable make, but
You got
not
it.
an easy shot, especially with this situation, and it all comes down to this, Ryan.
The drama. Rachel Homan set to deliver a shot to win the KIOTI National. And her 17th slam victory.
Here we go.
Weight's good. Yeah.
Weight's good. They like that. That's good news. They won't be able to hear anything because the crowd's ramping up, so you got to keep your head up, Emily. Clean, Tracy says. And that's the big victory for Team Homan. That was just easy. Threw it perfect, and they're Grand Slam champions again at the Coyote National. The crowd goes wild. Double fist pump from Rachel, and they continue to have the season of all seasons, even better than last year, winning their second slam and keeping their season record at only 2 losses. Just incredible stuff from Team Homan. Hats off to Team Hasselborg. Played a great final and hung in there to the very end and made Rachel make a tough one, but we'll be back for the men's final at 5 local time, 3:30 Eastern. For Brent Lang and Ryan Fry, thanks for joining into our conversation.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego. See you soon.
Rachel, congratulations to the 2024 Coyote Women's National Champion. Describe the feeling.
I mean, in an arena, you guys are amazing. The energy was awesome. We battled hard. I'll keep going.
Number 17 for you. Just what makes this one different than all the rest?
I think just being on the East Coast with all the energy in the building, like we haven't been in a packed arena like this in a while, so it's amazing. Kudos to Anna and their team. They played phenomenal the whole game. We battled hard and hopefully gave the fans some entertainment.
You were undefeated all week, but you've had a couple close ones. You had an extra end win to steal the extra in the quarterfinals, then a from behind win last night in the semis. Talk about the resilience of this group.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable for us to pull out those 2 wins. We were thanking our lucky stars right here in the final, and then we pulled it together and played a really phenomenal game, and really proud of my team for how well they played all week and just stuck together and battled the whole time.
2024 Coyote National Women's Champion, Rachel Homan.
We forgot the sign-off. What's that? We forgot the sign-off.
Still got one more game to go. Who's sticking around for the men's final coming up at 5 o'clock? I gotta ask, are we cheering for Team Homan? Are we cheering for Team Jacobs? That's gonna be fun. Just a reminder as well, between games, have a great parole. We'll be opening with live music from Mr. Pierce Clark and all of his friends. Have a good day. champion